Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in to the VR Master League. My name is NightFiree. I'm joined here with my co-caster Buxton. How are you doing today, good sir?
I am doing very good, and even better considering these are going to be some rather exciting rounds, I feel.
Yeah, we are looking at what is a OC5 preview match. BossFight versus Beginners. A little taste of what we're going to see at Oculus Connect 5. Kind of what we got with yesterday's match with BossFight. I don't know if they're opting into these sort of high caliber matches or what. Maybe they're just trying to get ready for OC5. What are your thoughts there, Bucks?
I have a feeling that they're trying to drag out some information from the other teams, because their performance has not been so good in the Global Chem versus BossFight challenge match yesterday, but getting some information now before OC5, that can be seriously valuable for them.
Yeah, and just kind of information to go off of right away. Taking a look at the pick bans we have coming out here. Tanker getting banned by BossFight, and Cargo getting banned by Beginners. Cargo, I'm kind of surprised to see go, honestly. That's a map that I figured both these squads would enjoy.
I have a feeling it's because we've seen it banned a billion times at this point. It was initially played a lot during the start of the season, and then it just started getting banned again and again and again. Though my crystal ball is not very clear. I have a feeling it's because the teams are kind of scared by the fact that it's such a small map and that tides can be turned very quickly with things like ninja caps, like we saw during the Ronin versus Blaze match just last night. And things like that can just, it's not worth the unpredictability. That's how I feel these teams are thinking.
Yeah, it's probably true. What do you know what our first map pick's going to be here?
Our first map pick is going to be on Quarantine.
Excellent. Okay, well I'm not going to complain then about these bans. I'm not too sad to see Tanker go. Cargo is always fun to cast, but Quarantine is one of my favorite maps, and to see both these squads square away on it should be pretty exciting.
Definitely. It looks like we're going to be starting off with the North objective just by the white truck. How do you feel about starting off with that?
It's really a spawn-dependent objective, I guess, in terms of what action we're going to get. You can get that crater fast spawn. It'll determine what sort of maneuvers you make early. Run into all sorts of early frags there if that's the case. You can also have a fast west spawn as well. So it really determines on where they're going to come in and what side they're going to push from. But yeah, that could fire us off into a pretty heated match right away.
Absolutely. I've slapped some cameras down for you if you want to experiment them when the round starts. Hopefully you enjoy them.
Excellent. Well, let me get into the lobby first. That's the key. Did you send me the password, by the way?
I will do it now. Here, need some new ears. There you go.
We will be into this match. Man, I'm loving that. I am happy that BossFight has chosen to go this route with their maps this season so far. It's just kind of fires up this season to be so intense and starts it off right, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think starting off a season bad, it leaves a bad taste in the mouth, especially if something controversial happens at the start of a season. It kind of just makes things feel bad. But starting off with really high-octane matchups, some good rounds like the 10-10 with Silent Purge versus Lemon Squad, wink wink, nudge nudge, did well.
I'm curious. I want to see if we have any real tight D or strategical plays come out on this map right here, because like we were saying earlier, this is an OC5 round, so I'm wondering if these teams are going to reserve their strats, and especially since it's going to be cast, you really don't want to show off anything that you want to bring to a tournament, you know, or everyone's watching footage at this point, from my understanding.
Yeah, they are absolutely going to be reserving tactics here. I imagine BossFight, and especially Beginners, considering they are known to be the more dedicated in terms of preparation and training, I think they're going to be hiding a lot of tactics for OC5 that we'll see just explode all at once, especially during things like the grand finals.
You want to send notification to both of them that they know we're ready, so they're not waiting on us. It does look like only one more member of BossFight has to be readied up before we hop in.
Yeah, they should be aware. I told them in voice as well. Everything's Scooby. He just likes to drag things out. This is kind of an interesting lineup from BossFight here, bringing out Operator and the Sharku, two players you don't really see playing often together.
I mean, that kind of plays into your thought process, right? Maybe they're going to utilize their subs, really not show any of their core strategies, get everybody the practice they need. I kind of see what they're doing here. They're prepping for this tournament, and I like the way they're doing it.
Might be a little bit of a counterplay here, because I have received information that potentially 3 members of BossFight, Radar Heads, Scorpio, and Weatherbloom will not be going to OC5. Weatherbloom especially, he's already off of BossFight for now.
Really?
Replaced by Radar Head, and Radar Head is going to be casting, I believe, or he's just not able to get there. Just going to be Scorpio, who is still on the roster, but unable to get to OC5, and he's a big player on BossFight.
So do they have 5 that they're going to be able to bring?
Oh, they should have. They definitely have Hoochie, and we're going to be starting off, but they definitely have Hoochie, possibly Sharku, and some others. But I hope they have 5. That's something I don't want to see going down a player, or possibly 2.
Yeah, no kidding. Either way, this should be an exciting series. We'll see if BossFight's current roster is able to deal with beginners. And they are going to get that fast west spawn we were talking about, so they're going to be able to charge right up along this north street. It should be a very quick first round.
One thing I'm curious to see is that if beginners are going to be playing kind of their passive playstyle yet again, or they're going to be playing pretty hard, and they are seemingly playing quite hard. You can see them, 4 of them, pushing up this west flank already.
Yep.
West alley.
Sharku's called that out. He's spotted that west spawn early, radios it in. I don't think he sees the head over the wall there. Very nice position. If he's not careful, he's going to get picked here. Who is that over there? That's a fantastic spot.
We actually got Scooby down on the roof as well. Some really nice shots came from Kenside there, just in the west.
The res does come out from Hoochie, so they're back up. Killinger and Kensai are pushing up very fast, and then you have Woods, and I see Woods getting suppressed. Killinger, I don't think is spotted at all. Actually, the shark shots coming from the rooftop are successful. Actually, that was Sharku that picked up Woods. Also finds Killinger, but that's a res available.
I got a second one. I'm down though.
Sharku's also down, but a nade is coming out that's going to land right next to him from the looks of it. Oh, it's just blocked by the pillar, and Scorpio's going to get that revive.
This could be dangerous for Kensai. He is behind that crate, so he is somewhat safe. He has that backup as well from his teammate, the Overwatch.
And Sharku has a nade on his chest, which potentially could utilize here.
Rotating around, taking a look at Smoils. He's trying to make his approach under this plane wing. Scooby should be aware of these footsteps.
No doubt about it at this point. He has got to hear those footsteps below him.
Sharku getting suppressed on the west still. Kensai is trying to make this push up, but it's going to be tough. Finally, Sharku going down by Woods. That's the pick they needed.
Yeah, with that pick, the entire west flank, the northwest flank, is completely collapsed, and the kind of overwatch they have of the objective now is huge, especially since Smalls is going to be trying to take the roof soon. They can just cut off Scooby from leaving the roof.
Yeah, absolutely. Smoils, I think best play here is rotate around to the rest of his squad, kind of reconvene on the west side since they've taken that over. He's going to go with the plane wing option, though. It's risky. He's going to look for Scooby here. It's actually the smart choice because they have west secured, so he's not in danger of being shot in the back.
But he's not looking in the right place.
No!
And a team kill from Woods on the western side.
He is in danger of getting shot in the back. It's just by his own team.
That is unfortunate.
I think Scooby would have had him. He was watching plane wing at a very tight angle, so I don't know if Smoils would have been ready, but now we're into a 2v4. Fell up to Kensai and Woods.
He's literally on top of the objective in the ruins. Gotta watch our flank a bit.
It's a tough position for beginners now, though they were in quite an advantageous situation just a few minutes ago. We're in a really bad way now, 2-4, though they do have control of the northwest.
Looks like Woods is going to try and find this perpetrator on the rooftop looking for Scooby here. He might find him with the peek. He does. A nice headshot turns it into a 3v2.
Now the question is Scorpio going to be trying to get the refrag? Because he's moving towards the roof. No, he gets taken out by Kensai. What a tight angle he got there, just over the hill.
That was through that open doorway too. That was a super tight angle.
Wow.
Make your way to the
That is impressive.
Good looking on his part. Turns it into a nice 2v2. The comms are going to come out from on top of that hill though.
There's definitely one enemy in the ruins itself.
Hopefully Woods does go to confirm that kill, but he does have to be incredibly wary of both Hoochie looking through the gap in the white truck and also Operator. Second he picks over that hill, he's going to catch Woods on top of the hill. He moves up.
Yeah, Hoochie's got also a super tight angle. He's peeking through that little gap in the 18-wheeler.
Woods is rotating over, might tag Scorpio on the floor, or not.
I think Scorpio was silent. I don't think he said anything. And actually the shots that were confirming out from Woods might get him killed here. Hoochie coming up over the top. The trade comes out. Now it's a 1v1. It's so dangerous to go for the res. Operator is going to go out for it.
I'm not sure why Hoochie stopped shooting after his first shot, but that he could have got you. He could have killed Icy Woods there and not got away with that scratch.
Wow, he's super lucky
Didn't.
getting this res off.
Oh, and he's trying to res the wrong guy. He just dropped his syringe on the floor.
I think
Now he's getting out of there.
I think the callouts are coming from Woods too. Yeah, he's
They
really
probably spooked him off a bit.
Yeah, he's really radioing in comms. He has a minute 10 left. I think the right call is to get that res and charge down 2v1.
There's only 60 seconds left. Kensai cannot afford to just run about this roof area for too long. Though he's going to get Woods up from the looks of this, and it is going to be a 2v1 instead. Then he's probably going to collapse in on it from both sides of the truck.
Yeah.
40 seconds. Chances are pretty high they can take it.
Yeah, this is the right play. This is the tight play, but it's the right one, and they're going to hopefully be aware of their time left. I think that's a smoke coming out on top of objective. Not
That was a
gonna-
nade. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, I would have landed airburst right over his head.
Here comes the
Operator.
pencil. He's going to
Wow.
peek this. Takes down Woods. The Kensai's coming in. Operator looks like he's going to expect this. He does go around. He gets the shot and he clutches it. Taking the round for BossFight.
Really nice play there from Operator to get him. I mean, that was the right play from beginners to get that res, but a good double tap, a good 1-2 there from Operator to secure BossFight their first point of the series. Oh, whoops, I think I set the maps wrong.
Make sure to reset it.
Can I go? Here, I'll do it. Back to War Room real quick here, buddy. F1. Yeah, I did do that. There we go. Boom. We're off to the races, man.
Absolutely no messing about. Straight into it. Well, they had 15 seconds left there. I imagine Kensai, if he just hidden behind the rock for a little bit longer, he might be able to take it. Because I think Operator would have gotten a little bit scared and just kept flicking back between the east and the west side.
I'm not sure where they thought he was, because both of them almost really got caught out. Operator was super exposed with both those shots. He was very much exposed on that doorway when he took out the one by Tank, and then, I mean, he wasn't holding any tight angles, you know. That fast twitch play other way coming in, I think, is what pulled through there.
Could have worked in his detriment if they moved at the right time, though. It's quite a risky thing to do. But it's hard to do anything else if you're the last man on an objective like this, where it's just so utterly open and there's so little cover for you to hide behind. Maybe the walls, maybe at the far north, but neither of them really gives you a good angle on the objective and also the possibility to take anyone down moving onto it.
I mean, I maybe wonder, instead of splitting and trying to pinch him there with your two members left, you should try and collapse together on him. Use both your fire. Overwhelm him.
You have to see how it would work against the player like operator.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, a good first round. Not going to forget to leave that overlay up, and we're hopping right into our second one of the first map. Getting that slow
You
spawn.
can see BossFight's already doing their 3-2 split here.
Go, 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 go.
It's real interesting to see
Already
from,
the shots.
you're looking at Scooby. He's got iron sights.
Let me check his model.
Kensai.
I see a drone.
Round one, start shooting, start shooting.
Drone on Scooby. This might be going up soon, I hope.
Kensai's found one trying to cross south. It is a pretty open gap that you I mean, honestly, that's a very risky spot to cross, especially with this north objective spawn.
Yeah, going that wide is pretty much always a mistake. If you go along nice tight along the wall where operator is, you can make it pretty much completely safely over towards burning, maybe as far as the cockpit, assuming there's nobody at the trench white car, which there is. There's two people, Kensai and Killinger there, but going that wide, bad idea.
Yeah, and I think when it comes to the high level of play, that next tier of play, map knowledge and line of sight is really what matters the most. If you know your lines of sight and you know where people can't see you, you can just push confidently to certain positions.
Oh, actually, all of beginners is actually kind of locked on that southern side. You're getting a flank from the northeast now. He's watching that corner from the dumpster. Had a camera over there for you.
Yeah. On top of Sharku here. He actually has pretty much a clear path to cross. Nobody
He
is
has
watching
clear path
here.
to cap. He can get right over towards the north passage and get onto objective as long as he stays silent. Not anymore. Woods has rotated back on towards the objective.
Either way, though, they're not watching this cross whatsoever.
Maybe Woods, if he holds a really weird angle, might be able to, but I don't see much else coming from it.
Now is the time to cross. They can get behind here and cause devastation on the beginner's defensive line. They're getting very aggressive. You kind of see their three members have pushed up almost in front of that rooftop spawn, that rooftop position, because they know that it's a south spawn. We're going to stay on board Sharku
Moles
here.
has twigged Hushi's location, though. This may have blown Sharku's cover, but he's already crossed towards the north. This is huge.
He is really covert opsing it back here. Woods is seemingly sitting there listening, waiting for it.
Maybe did he see him cross? Because he is watching that corner now. He must have some kind of information on it.
He had to have seen something here. He's looking right at that corner.
Yeah,
I don't think
there's
Sharku,
no way he didn't.
He's not going to be ready for that corner peek.
No.
Really good sight from
Unfortunate.
Woods.
Yeah, he must have seen just a flash of him, or maybe tried to catch him as he came across, and that's what the shots were we heard earlier. But maybe not. Maybe he just had some kind of strike, some kind of inspiration from God to watch that northern side.
Divine inspiration.
The people in the south doing, though? 2 minutes and they're still sitting there.
Yeah, they feel
What's going on with them?
it might be maybe a. These guys know their maps though, so I don't know why they're not pushing freely up to burning building, because operator can do just that. He can pretty much run. Oh, maybe not. Smoils finds him out.
They have the perfect angle coming up there now. Smalls can just watch the corner of the building and shut them down.
Yeah, that is going to be
This
very
is bad.
tough. Pretty much all up to Hoochie, who's managed to kind of sneak his way somewhat into their defensive line, but
We're getting quite an aggressive push from the base of the trench. Not sure who that is. Let's take a look. Kensai is already at the base of the trench. It's got a pretty nice angle, but unexpectedly aggressive.
I think Hoochie may be in trouble here. If he's not quiet, Smoils is kind of keen on that position.
And he whiffs the nade as well, just hits the floor.
Woods now knows he's there. He's peeking up over the dune. Spots Hoochie. A nice shot from him. Gets that second member down. Now it's a 1v5.
This is surprisingly one-sided. Lots of failed nades from Scooby, but it's 5v1. Come on, boss fight and beginners, you'd expect a little bit more. Maybe just a bit of a mistake in the south side, shot down half their team, and there goes Scooby from an incredibly tight angle with Kensai.
Yeah, that was a sliver. He just barely caught him coming through. Wow, yeah, and I think, who was that? Scooby, the last left? He was very surprised with where he was down. Yeah, he shot him through that tiny little entryway. That's a hard shot. You gotta have a pretty good connection to land that.
Yeah. Interestingly, he didn't choose to use his drone just to do a little bit of suicide scouting. They could have gotten some pretty useful information, especially on Kensai, for guiding where he was going to move. But he didn't. He kept it on his back.
Well, we're off to a promising series. Both teams taking their Volk win. Maybe that'll be the trend we see in this series on Quarantine. The Volk advantage coming through, albeit this objective is a rather hectic one.
It can swing different ways. It really depends on the teams and how things are going. Alright, this time it's going to be a Far East objective of the two-story. Or rather, no, it's not. It's going to be a dangerous tank objective.
What are those smokes for? I don't know why they threw that smoke.
I assume it was to get Hoochie across, but it doesn't matter. Hoochie goes down. Woods managed to tag him.
He is resable though, and once they secure that kill, be able to pick him up. Sharku playing a very aggressive position here for BossFight. He's going to try and come up over these dunes and look for some early picks. He may be punished. Actually does get the headshot. He's down. He's also resable.
Got one behind the white car in the trench, but I'm down as well up on the roof.
And so I was probably going to go for that confirm after he realizes his friend is dead. Because if he moves up a little bit, he should hear Sharku kind of talking about he's down, where he is, he needs a revive, etc.
Yeah, and that north defense is in very much a heap of trouble. They have to get Hoochie up here. And they have to go up there and support Sharku. Scooby goes down trying to get Hoochie as well. Woods just holding this angle.
Oh, we have Woods on the wing here, watching him operate. If he just moves to his right a little bit, he could potentially snag him from across the map and take down one on the objective.
Yeah, if you guys are getting confused, there are two Woods on beginners. IC Woods and Woods 43. We have IC Woods who just got to kill Woods 43, which almost snags himself another from that plane wing.
Yeah, it looks like he just missed those initial shots. Surprisingly, went single fire instead of full auto on him.
Oh, Kensai confirming. No, actually.
Oh, Sharku. Yeah, it was a confirmation onto Sharku just by the roof.
Okay, you're right.
Possibly another one on Hoochie in a minute if he pops his head up and looks over towards the east.
It is.
So far, this offense is looking smoother.
I agree. Yeah, this objective is really hard to defend though, and I feel like maybe BossFight not wanting to reveal too much. Granted, I feel like that pre-smoke is an interesting strategy. Kind of shows you they want to send members north. I feel like this. I don't know. We haven't really been analyzing if they're holding on to strategies. Granted, we've only had 2 rounds so far, but I wonder if this is a typical defense. Pretty meta, I guess. Operator to be on that L and Scorpio to be on the turbine.
Got a little bit of a wild card sending Shark up to the roof, but
right.
he did snag one. It wasn't really enough. He ended up getting traded. Managed to call out some vital info, but they still did lose their only northern defender. So they're just going to get completely and utterly encircled right now because it's just Operator and Scorpio.
Yeah, Woods on the plane wing suppressing Operator into that L. He's not going to be able to move much out of there, or else he'll be punished for it. I think Scorpio's pretty vulnerable from that rooftop, if I'm not mistaken.
If he stays nice and low, that wall should just about cover him, but standing up, yeah, he's definitely in the open.
They put themselves into some tight spots. Oh my gosh, I was just about to say, I see Woods peeking through, I see Operator peeking through that wall, and I wonder if Scorpio's going to say anything to him. I didn't think he'd get punished immediately, right? I mean, Woods, seeing that peek through the wall, not afraid to take the shots. Now it's all up to Scorpio on Turbine.
And I think actually Woods has also seen him. I see Woods called him out on the Turbine, and if Scorpio crosses the tank, he might be in danger from wing.
Wow, that's a really risky rotation. I wonder if Icy Woods sees him and is holding shots right now, because he's super exposed. Nope, he's not holding shots. Does confirm, and beginners take the first Marsoc win of the series.
I have a feeling we're going to be seeing a couple more of those, especially on if we see it Suburbia and Bazaar. I would like to see some Bazaar.
Nobody gets smoked. So the hood is down.
Yeah, that early pick was very detrimental to their strategy. They just didn't have the right smokes placed in order for them to get across. And, I mean, I feel like early picks like that are something you see out of these top-tier teams. Guys that are so hungry for kills and so aware of their position on the map that they can immediately go to a position to try and find an early pick like that.
Yeah. But you can see in the chat now, Radarhead and a few other members of the league, Zarek and, or rather just Arsenic and Radarhead, kind of worried about what BossFight is doing. Considering it's Radarhead, this might not be an actual plan to keep tactics close to the heart.
Yeah, I'm still kind of on your camp of the mind that they're really just probing these teams, trying to figure out what their strategies are, trying to analyze how they play the maps. And if you really want to dig deep into it, you could even consider them banning Cargo because Cargo was played at ESL, so they already have Cargo information. They don't need any more of that.
It'd be a good idea, actually. That would be some next level tactics for manipulating how much info they're getting.
I like to think that everyone gets that deep. I know that some teams are very much just raw talent, but I think the league is developing to where those top tier teams are putting in that sort of extra effort. Could be wrong.
Yeah. But, I see Woods and Kensar here have been putting in some serious work. 6-1 and 4-1 respectively.
We are down one on BossFight. I wonder if there's any sort of substitution, or maybe they're just relogging.
I can find out as your valiant co-caster.
We definitely would want to have this this objective again, though, because this is kind of a deciding objective. I feel like to not be able to answer back and try and get a cap of your own here. Definitely be
There is an actual sub out. Legil is in instead of Hoochie.
interesting. Interesting. I wonder. I mean, maybe he's not feeling this map right now, but they've only played 3 rounds, and he did get picked because of a poor smoke, not because of anything else.
I'm curious to see what the maybe some tech issues, but I'm curious to see what the actual reason is for that. Hopefully, I'll get some more information on it shortly.
Well, either way, maybe that sub is the key they need. See if it helps them pull through in this offensive.
Subbing out some players and then resubbing the subbed out player later on in the match can actually work out really well. Silent Purge did it with Strajak during the round robin, and it was mighty effective.
We're going to get mirrored spawns, so I'm curious to see if BossFight will sort of try and get aggressive here and look for an early cross.
Would like to see them just try and carbon copy Beginner's initial peak, but
And I mean,
they're not, and 4 members crossing north.
well, this is my kind of confusion. I don't know why they needed a smoke there. I feel like you can do what beginners did right there. They just immediately sprinted across, and you're free and easy. Now they have rooftop taken. Kensai and Woods are pre-fragging. This might land on a Scooby. He backs off just in time.
That was very smart. A renade coming out from Scooby,
Wow.
and it takes that one. perfectly timed, and also Smalls is headshot on the northern side as he tries to push up. He comes around the corner, gets taken up by Kensai, refrag from Operator.
Man, just like that, we're into a 3v3. Frags going down left and right. One member apiece on beginners and boss fight left on the north. I think Woods is actually going to drop back from that north approach. He's going to try and cover this middle rubble area where they got Shark and Legel trying to make their approach.
This far eastern flank, though, this could disrupt the defense of beginners quite a bit. Especially if they coordinate with the push from Burning Building.
I want to highlight Killinger's position here. Unique spot there he's taken up. He's kind of...
How tight the angle is, though.
And he's using that bottom crack there to peek. That corner. I wonder if it's
Holding his gun remarkably steady, though. Look at that. That takes some training to at such an awkward angle.
No, I wonder... Maybe he's got the pro tube with the stock out the end of it.
A sideways bipod.
Hey, man. I wouldn't doubt it, okay? That's not a bad idea. It is a long...
It is or something that's like that.
It's kind of a wide angle, though. I don't think he can see Sharku's approach. Maybe the way he's peeking, he can.
From the looks of it, it looks like he can only see the kind of wall just to the left of Sharku, not much else. Though he can see him peeking around the corner. Just needs to push out a little bit more. There goes Scorpio, taken down by Woods in that far eastern side.
Yeah, you can kind of see that long-range flag there. Woods, I think, second-guessing his position. Legel finding Killinger with his prone spot. Man, that's a dangerous position.
Yeah, that's so difficult to actually shoot from. It looks like Killinger did see Sharku there. He's looking for a shot, but Sharku's backing off. That's a very smart decision. Hopefully he's going to throw a nade over towards her.
I mean, typically...
Although it's going to be the opposite.
Typically, you would put 1 or 2 nades there at least. And it is a 1v3, so he has a chance here. There's plenty of openings for him to sort of sneak in here. He actually has this entire lane available to approach. And if you can come in the backside of Killinger, you may be able to find that opening he's looking for. Woods is going to rotate around for a flank, though. If he's not careful, Woods is going to get on that rooftop and really punish Shark.
Yeah, I see Woods peeked around the kind of objective corner there and almost saw Sharku. If he was standing up, Sharku would not be alive, but very luckily, I see Woods' eyesight is not too great.
Oh, Sharku should see Killinger's feet here on the right. I think that FOV just barely cutting it off.
Woods is going to catch Sharku from this northern side, though. He has the perfect angle to see him as he comes around the corner. But the bulletproof antenna is blocking it.
And Killinger has his back. He still hasn't turned and seen Killinger. Killinger finally rotates around and picks off Sharku. Man.
Sharku got way further than he really should have here. Beginners could have got him for a couple times.
Yeah, that is true, but with 3 alive, there are holes in your defense at that point, you know, especially with this objective. It's hard to sort of cover all the potential angles and pushing spots, but Killinger's position, that's I don't know, man. I wouldn't be playing that.
Yeah, it's mighty risky because of the nades, but it works out, I guess.
No, I would be saving that spot. That's what I'm saying. Now teams are going to be kind of aware of that. I would be 100% fragging that wall and tank now if I approach beginners on that objective.
A good tactic for attacking the tank objective is to just line up your whole team, put a nade in the hand of everyone, and just artillery it. Carpet bomb. Every single spot you can possibly take.
I mean, I think I'm trying to remember the team that actually does that, because they're the squad that's really good at airburst nades.
Stone Cold Killers.
Yeah, man.
For certain.
They actually do that. Like, you'll just see airburst everywhere in that courtyard on this objective. And it works, man. You catch a guy by turbine, you catch a guy by tank, you catch someone in the L's. It's just...
It will take a lot of practice, that's for certain.
It's true.
Might be curious to see if they will pull that out for OC5 though, because they will probably watch the cast over today, just try and see what went wrong, and maybe wink wink nudge nudge, they'll practice some grenades.
BossFight are on their heels in this first map though. they'll be going into that Volk defensive, and it is going to be a gas station objective, so rather defendable one. Although it is going to be dependent on where those spawns go. We could have a fast, quick play. Could be an incredibly slow match. Really depends on what the teams decide to do. Even with even with that south spawn, this it can get. If they opt north, oh boy, we're in for a 6-minute round.
But they are going to be forced to start by the 2-minute timer, though. They really took some time to plan there. BossFight and McGinnis not wasting a single second of it.
Wow, and we are going to get that south spawn. And I think they are going to do some early smokes, so they are going to immediately give away their position and go for this cross. It is what you need to do if you want to cross, and what you can actually do is if you smoke effectively, you can cross this street, and then you pretty much have a free push all the way up north. I don't know if those smokes are good enough, though. Wow, they are.
There were no shots coming out, so it looked like they were.
Really smoking up that street. They have all taken at least 2 smokes, because I think I count 6 or 7 smoke
That's
grenades.
6 smokes, yeah. 7 smokes, actually, yeah. That is almost an entire team worth of smokes.
Almost doesn't work, too. Woods shots nearly landing on him. Beginner's not afraid to show off strategies to win this first series, to win this map on BossFight. They're going to go for that long play north. We'll sip on over to the south and see what the play is here.
Yeah, it looks like they might be playing for a 3-2 split. 2 coming in from the nice, tight, close, short path of the south flank, and the northern flank probably going to be coming around either the west or straight through the center, take down the burning building. Get a nice overwatch of the objective. That's one of those 2 things are probably what we're going to be able to see here.
Take a little look at the defense here. You have Sharku and Operator inside gas station. Scooby sitting in a pretty meta spot, I suppose. A nice frag over the top of that rooftop can end you pretty easily there. You have one rotating all the way around west, and he may, if he keeps pushing there, may be able to catch that west rotation. Who is that over there? Looks like Scorpio.
It is indeed Scorpio. Possibly he might take the office block. If he does, he's going to have a really nice angle on Woods and Woods.
Yeah, this could...
The Woods brothers.
Yeah, this could be real nice for him. He does spot one out, misses the shots though, and now they're going to be alerted here. It's going to be a 3v1 for him down this up in this north side of the map. He's going to back off from that.
In West Alley trying to push the roof.
Yeah, he's got his info, and he's not really going to bother tangoing with possibly 3 members of beginners. He knows there's 2. He's going to reposition, get the info out to his team, and hope.
Actually,
He might be just taking a more aggressive angle.
Yeah.
What's this? This could work out well.
Really could. A nice frag may pay dividends here on the Woods. It doesn't land, and the shots from his own teammate almost landing on him.
That's actually from Smoils far south. They know he's there.
Scorpio comes up over the hill, finds 1, can't get 2.
Smoils' positioning on that blue car on the far south paying off, considering he was sitting there for a good 3 minutes. He did see Scorpio come up and alerted his team, actually saving 2 of them.
Looks like they do have 1 on plane wing as well. Well, he was on plane wing. If Killinger continues his rotation, he may run into some action here.
What is Kensai doing? Maybe he's a little bit of... He shouldn't be wary of the wing because they know that Killinger is up there. Kensai was proning over towards Scorpio's body just to steal a smoke off of him.
2 minutes 40.
Gotta be wary, scavenger.
Well, I think what he's concerned about is actually that 3-story west building there,
Roger that. We're pushing center.
and so he doesn't want to pop up over that hilltop and get shot by anyone in that far northwest building. So staying prone to grab those.
And that would
nades.
make sense.
Alright, we're going for it now.
They are starting to use those smokes now as they come across the northern street. A little bit of suppressive fire from Killinger in the south as well. But here it comes with the burning push. And oh my god, do you see that smoke on burning building? It bounced an
Inside?
incredible whale. It bounced from the outside ruins inside the building and onto the stairs.
Oh, you couldn't have asked for a better smoke. To completely deny that 2-story vision is so huge. It is still leaving legal to cover that, to stay in that bottom floor area, and that is a good position to hold. You have a very tight angle, force them to push in on you. The nade coming out isn't going to be quite enough. The flash, I don't think, lands on Woods. It's aggressive to push. Legal comes out. Can't find Woods. Does get the trade, but he goes down. Ultimately, Kensai's still alive.
Minute 40.
I like that Ledger managed to pull that from a 2v1 situation into a 1v1 trade. That's pretty impressive. I imagine... I don't see why Kensai wasn't watching Ledger along with Woods. He just kind of turned about for a bit, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose the mentality is to not cover the same angle twice. You know, you want to make sure you're covering all your angles if you're going to make an approach. Kensai is now going to have to deal with 3 members if he tries to come up this center area. I think he's going to have to get to that 2-story, maybe shoot down on the shark.
Possibly. Smalls is also coming up the kind of ambulance way now. Might see Shaku's gun pointing out and give some information. There goes Killinger taking down in the south, which Smalls is returning fire over towards Shaku.
Kensai! A very nice push does get Shaku. Scooby goes down from a nade, I believe. Smoil also getting a refrag. Now it's a 1v1. Operator could get seriously punished if he goes for this res. Peeks up around the corner. Can't find Kensai. Kensai wins the trade. Beginners take the map 4-1.
Oh, damn, that is an incredibly action-packed last 30 seconds of the map.
Wow.
But what happened with Smalls there? Looks like Smalls shot Scooby, who threw a nade, and it detonated and took down Smalls from beyond the grave.
Oh, so Scooby tried to peek that corner aggressively with the frag. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
what-
I thought Smoils had maybe gone for a frag up and over that rooftop, like I was saying earlier, but either way, that's the first map. Goes to beginners. We're off to a good start. I mean, BossFight here, they need this map, man, because otherwise their season is going to be off to a rough start. They're going to have a loss on Globochem, I think 10-4 or 10-5, and then a loss to, well, what is shaping up to be a loss to beginners.
Maybe they're trying to just focus on OC5, ignore the kind of general season, and just go with what happens during OC5, and maybe have to go through the wild card for the end of season championship in December.
A bit of a ways out. Not too far, I guess. A few months. Seems like we are going to be to Bazaar to kind of rehash our pick bans here. Tanker has been banned by BossFight. Cargo banned by beginners. The first map was indeed Quarantine. Our second one is looking up to be Bazaar.
Bazaar. I said before that I was looking forward to seeing some Bazaar, and that wish is going to be fulfilled. I do really enjoy me some Bazaar. It's got the long range, got the mid range, got the short range. Heaven.
Yeah, it's a real fun tactical map too when you start to factor in all the wood, all the sorts of different plays you get, the unique sorts of plays you get on this map in comparison to other ones that just don't have that penetration. Although I am starting to realize that that penetration actually gets shared through a lot of different objects in a lot of different maps. A lot of crates that you would think you're safe behind, you are indeed not. I think Cargo's a decent example. And there's one other map that just has so many crates that you typically hide behind that you just don't even think you could get shot through, and they're completely penetrable.
I know the map you're thinking of, but I can't put a name on it.
I want to say it's Cargo as well. I know there's some of that on Cargo. I think it's Cargo that you see the most of that on, where those boxes you can shoot through. And
yeah, the black boxes by tunnel.
Yeah, I think that's that awareness of that vulnerability there has become known relatively recently. Like, I've seen that spot completely go. People used to sit behind those boxes on Cargo, and that spot's got completely to the wayside now. So it's kind of
both from nades and bullets, it's equally vulnerable.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Pretty much any spot you take that's not indoors or at the back of near your objective is vulnerable at Cargo.
Yeah.
Either way,
but we are going to be hopping into the first round.
Yeah, we're not on Cargo here. We're on Bazaar. We're going to get that Northeast spawn with a quick spawn for beginners. We'll see how they take this. If you're aggressive enough, you can literally sprint up to the front of this bazaar area and be shooting through the doorway. I've seen it. We'll see how beginners play it. I think they're going to opt to go into Kayat building, which is a typical strategy. Kind of take control of that, get control of the 2-story, and work your way from there.
Yeah, they've made 3 people into that 2-story building without anyone realizing.
Yeah.
But never mind, Sharku goes down from Woods. They've given away their position, but they did get the pick. Only 25 seconds in.
Yeah, that's a really aggressive positioning from Sharku, though, to be up inside that window area. Scooby with the nades.
If he'd thrown that into the doorway instead of at the floor, that could have took it down too. That would have been amazing to see.
Kensai almost refragged him on the backside, though, so I don't think he's going to try anything like that again. He has to be careful about peeking this corner. If he does, he's very vulnerable to that window shot. Oh my gosh, it's just so risky making that peek. It's an interesting sort of part of this game where if you get into a spot, you really want to check that angle, but you have to rely on your team. You have to trust that Scorpio and Operator are going to catch anybody that's going to come into that angle that you want to peek, and it's hard. It really takes discipline, and it's like mistakes like this where you peek when you shouldn't that end up losing you rounds.
Yeah, I occasionally fall back into my kind of pre-league mindset of, if I peek this, I could probably get someone. Then you peek it and you just get instantly railed because you aren't watching the correct angle. Someone's coming from behind you, from front, from the left, all at the same time because you're not in your proper position and you're just in a way out in the open. It looks like BossFight's playing rather passive, especially after they lost that first member. I just watching rather conservative angles.
Yeah, they're not going to go out for any aggressive picks. They don't really have anyone other than, I'd say, Legel that's going to catch anybody out early. Operator's angle is a little aggressive. Vulnerable to a hard push around that corner if Woods decides to do so.
Also, it looks like maybe beginners might be waiting for their far southeast flanker to get around a little bit more. Kensai possibly gonna clear that eastern wall first before they actually try for their push in. A rather common move for most teams. They can't really allow that eastern flank to collapse in when the second they start pushing the objective from the west.
Yeah, I think we're gonna hold on to this middle lane here. I think the action's gonna happen if Woods decides to peek Operator. You can kind of see him there. He's checking that middle crack, which also in itself insanely risky. I mean, just to be peeking this, you can get seriously punished. If somebody is holding this angle, they see a pixel change, you're instantly dead, and it's just not worth the check. But he's holding it now, and since Woods has the hold there, he has advantage on getting kills if anyone crosses.
Operator as well is just staying very steadfast in this kind of objective blue room, watching over towards the east side. If Kensai crosses without checking, he's going to be in big danger.
Yeah, you do typically look there, though, and I think you'd want to coordinate that with Woods almost, you know? Have Woods be on that corner as Kensai comes out from that backside, and then collapse and move at the same time. We'll see if they synchronize or not.
Yeah, speaking of that coordination, Woods is coming up with a grenade in hand, unpinned. He's going to be throwing it straight into the blue room doorway.
Or he's going to throw it at garbage truck. No, you're right. It's going straight in the blue room. Operator hears the footsteps, too. He's backing off that corner hold.
Very smart. There it goes. Looks like it lands perfectly now. Operator's around that doorway, and it's nice and safe retreat for him.
Man, if he had just banked that inside the doorway, it would have been a different story for Operator. The good smoke there from Kensai is going to sort of deny Operator vision, but not a lot. They're going to need another one. Actually, I think Kensai's going to come in with a frag here. Right into the L, like we were talking about. Doesn't get Operator, though. Man, he is just barely dodging the frag. So Woods crashing in. Operator finds himself one. Kensai now charging in. Operator holding the angle. They don't need this.
Operator that it's coming from tank, but they also look like to be collapsing in from the northwest objective as well.
They 100% don't need this right now. If Kensai and Smoils decide to wrap around, they're fine. Shots coming out. Suppressive, it seems like. Maybe towards Legel? He's the only one that I really think has an angle here.
But the nade from Kensai over towards the operator was so unlucky, it hit the rim of the door. It could have gone perfectly in, but it hit straight, just rolled down the side of the door
Beginners
into the floor.
are getting into position to attack. They have Kensai pushed up into a nice spot. Legel may be able to spot him through that window if he looks over at this angle. I don't think he is. He could catch Scorpio out. Man, BossFight getting pinched right now. Woods finds Legel. Now it's a 3v4.
Yeah, I can't believe Beginners have got this far inside the defense. There goes Killinger. Scooby managed to catch him, and also a refrag coming out from Kensai as well. No, Smalls goes down. Kensai also goes down. Scorpio might be able to clutch this, but Woods is inside the objective. Here he goes, clearing the objective, gets taken down by Scorpio, and he clutches it. Taking down 3.
Wow, that happened incredibly fast. You had everyone converge at the same time. It's exactly what you want as a Marsoc team. That was perfectly played by Beginners, and they just couldn't synchronize it enough. Some good picks, some clutch picks coming out, and Scorpio ultimately salvaging that round, getting BossFight their Volk defensive win. That's what they needed to kind of get themselves back on track here after a 4-1 loss.
Yeah, if they can get back into their tempo, they can be a serious threat on this second map coming into this match with Beginners. Though the first may have been a blowout, after this victory, I don't believe it's going to be the exact same because the morale is so important in league play.
Like we were saying earlier, this is a really must-win for BossFight if they want to sort of start off okay. They can salvage their start of the season into okay. If they end up losing this series, it's not going to be good. It's going to be a tough. You're going to be climbing.
Yeah. I see BossFight take back their #1 space in the league leaderboards for this. Though Global I believe, is still like 30 MMR ahead of them last season. With this win, they might actually pull ahead. Beginners taking back their #1 after 2 seasons.
They're looking good, dude. Beginners are looking very good. They are looking very practiced, and I think I'm willing to wager that the strats they're showing are just their basic stuff. I'm sure they have some other plans that they've cooked up.
Oh yeah, for sure. There's no way they haven't.
Yeah, they're not a team that's going to come in. No, they will be completely prepared for OC5, in my opinion. It'll be fun to see.
I think they've spent several hours at this point already, leading up to it, just planning things out. Let alone what they'll do the day before when they actually get there.
I mean, they've had a lot of time to watch footage and digest footage and analyze and evaluate where teams play and how they play, and a lot of time to sort of work off that. And looks like we're gonna get a 3-2 split here. Even with the fast spawn, I think that's interesting.
Yeah, I thought they maybe push a little bit harder, but who knows? Maybe it's because it was a fast spawn, and maybe Scorpio's going to give away his position a bit, make them think it might be a bit more of a frontal push, try and fake them out while the main force is going around east. Fence here for Beginners, pretty much identical to what BossFight's was, -1 member.
Yeah, I think at this point there's I mean, obviously there's a meta that's evolved. This is a very meta defense for this position. You send 2 on the backside over east just to make sure that that east flank doesn't completely devolve. Woods doesn't go too far, but he's also covering the north lane. You're all ultimately relatively close to objectives, so you can crash on it when you need to. And Killinger,
Yeah.
I mean, these peeks though that these guys are doing on Beginners are super risky. Killinger peeking there.
Yeah, Killinger might be a little bit suicidal with what he's doing here. There's not really much to gain from him doing it. Everything to lose though. It looks like he's just holding his gun around the wall. Oh, actually, really good accuracy there. You can see it hitting just over the fountain.
You got a drone.
People do typically go there. Oh wow, I believe this might be the first drone in the casted match.
No, we had one in my first match.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think
It's
they
gone
even
now.
got very much information out of that. I'm not sure you would have spotted Woods at all. He's inside. And I think it was picked off by Smoils inside Blue Room. So other than Smoils' location, I'm not sure that was a very useful drone.
Yeah, and what did they sacrifice for that? Someone's going to be going irons. Probably Scooby like we saw last time. Yeah, it is Scooby going irons.
It's all about that point system, you know. You have to min-max what you're going to take. Do you want to take frags, smokes, flashes, or do you want to take something like a drone that costs, what, 2 points? 3 points?
1 point, actually. It's very cheap.
Oh, really? But it does
The
take a
sites,
slot.
however, not so much. Yeah.
I'm gonna smoke blue room.
A slot in your utility equipment.
Grenades.
Yeah.
Watch out
Yeah.
for an
Okay.
enemy in gardens, because they like to have one in gardens as well.
So he could have sacrificed nades if he wanted to keep those,
Someone give me a smoke. Someone give me a smoke. Right
if we wanted to keep a red dot, but I guess he's comfortable with irons.
On an automatic, on a designated marksman rather, you can only have 4 times 12 times the irons. Nothing else, unfortunately.
A smoke tossed over to Scooby. I think he's going to try and smoke out Smoils in Blue Room.
Okay, go ahead.
Likely. Let's see how pinpoint this is. I have a feeling it's going to be right on the door.
Beautiful.
That's absolutely gorgeous.
I think that's
it's
gonna-
blown straight into the door.
Yeah, I think that's going to completely deny Smoils' vision. He is going to try and throw a frag out. It does bounce poorly off the wall. It's not where he wants it. Man, if he had tossed that at tank, he might have found Scooby.
It would most likely been a revive by a Sharku and Operator, though. If it did get him, that would be mighty impressive, though.
If Woods is looking over here, he should be pretty aware of this push. I think he's seen these smokes come out.
They're starting to push up now, and Woods is in a good position to catch anyone moving up the east there. Just crouching below that window, the second he pops up, he can tag them.
I don't know. They also have one watching this right from that wall, and he almost gets punished. Now he's just blind firing. Yeah, everyone's...
Blindfire was surprisingly accurate.
It's true. Everyone's watching him. A nice nade tossed out. Hits the corner, though. Stays inside. The wall doesn't go outside. Scooby just barely dodging nades left and right.
He's the nade magnet for the team, it seems. Here comes across. Sharku's going to put some shots over towards Smoles. Missing everything, though. Shots coming from Smoles. Takes down Sharku. Reservoir. Maybe the Operator going to go for the res, but a lot of suppressive fire as well.
It's a really great smoke. Does deny Smoils' vision again. And that's actually an indication of what happens if you don't move fast enough on your smokes. You get punished. Those smokes don't last forever, and you got to move on them. Now BossFight does have 3 up against this wall. A minute 35 left. They really need that other side, their other half of the push, to start drawing up a distraction.
Yeah, that western side can't wait for them much longer. There is still only 1 minute 20 left. There goes Woods. Headshot by Sharku. Eastern side is now clear. They can actually start pushing in.
Smoils does find the Operator. He gets over aggressive on that push. The smoke diminishing as he moves. Sharku finds Killinger out in the open in that middle lane. Now it's all up to Woods. Legal coming in. He may find Woods. Woods peeks, finds Legal. Now Scorpio and Kenzai dueling it out inside the middle. Scorpio's near objective. He's got up into the stairway. Man, he's playing
This
this
could be
one.
a potential cap. If they don't realize he's there, and then while they looks like they do, Woods is going up.
No, he doesn't
Or
know he's
not,
there.
on his
Woods gets
back.
shot in the back. This is a fantastic spot for Scorpio to work from. Kensai now blind firing. His back's to Scorpio.
Oh, Scorpio can't see him?
Wow, why
Kensai
didn't he
looks up at him
shoot
and He
him?
gets taken down. How did he not see him? I can't believe that.
Smoils now going to try and duel up against Scooby-Doo. 25 seconds left. Scooby has to come in. I don't know if he has any utility left.
Oh, I've checked his chest. There is nothing but anger and despair at this point.
He has to move. 10 seconds.
Probably doesn't even realize this is unfortunate. BossFight are going to lose this round. It's going to be up 1-1. He's just looting his friend's corpse, not realizing the time.
You can hear him swear words under the breath after
He shoots himself.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate way to lose, but a nice attempt as well from BossFight. I like seeing that. That was a very coordinated push. The good smokes on the Smoils, albeit they lost 1 or 2 in that process. There were some
Yeah.
good plays there.
That round would have been very different if Scorpio had seen Kensai. Very different.
Yeah, that would have been a whole... Absolutely. That could have been a cap for BossFight. I can't believe... Maybe he spotted him, but he was clipped... It looked to me like maybe he was clipped into the corner there. And so his gun wasn't
maybe
shooting.
it was because it was maybe because it was black on black, because you had Kensai standing over Wood's corpse in a dark place. It's going to be pretty difficult to see someone.
Man,
This
series though, huh?
Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. I can only imagine it's going to get better as it goes on, especially once we get to like maybe a 3-3 or a 3-2. But it's going to be a south objective this time by the ice cream truck. Probably my favorite objective. Maybe the west one ties with it in terms of how much I like it. I like it quite a lot though. Not too hard to defend, not too hard to attack. It's a good mix.
I don't know. I guess they don't get the quick spawn. I think the quick spawn is the west side, in my opinion. But that east spawn, they can crash down pretty quickly from the east side. If you don't have a proper defense, if you don't at least put 1 or 2 over to the east, you can get really punished.
Yeah, looks like the majority of the force is going to go around the east side, though.
This could be bad news for BossFight.
I don't believe they're actually watching the cross, though. Scorpio's he's not watching that eastern side, he's just letting them pass, keeping an eye on the west side and the objective building.
No, they are really heavily stacked looking at that west spawn. And beginners are completely in on the east. Full control.
Maybe we'll see some, once the shots start flying, maybe we'll see some rotations coming over from especially Shaku and also Scooby-Doo rather, because they're the furthest away from towards the objective. The Scooby's in a relatively good position, but especially Shaku, he's got to move eventually. Can't stay here forever. So far, beginners are being rather slow with this push. They just keep an eye over towards the objective. You can see their little arrows on the map pointing towards it.
I mean, this is when, if you're on BossFight, you go, okay, they're east.
Yeah,
like we need to.
You'd expect a Shaku rotate.
We need to shift. We need to have one guy on this covering this back wall, or something. You know, to have nobody watching the back wall at this point, or have nobody up into your east courtyard. It's gonna make defending this push really hard.
I think just call out things that Scooby-Doo likes to do, and he's dead on. He just said Scooby-Doo likes to go towards the 2-story on the second floor by objective, and as you can see, he's very much sitting in that 2-story.
As long as you don't.
They're going to be expecting him to be there. They might be able to tag him if they eventually decide to push up from the western side with at least one person.
Yeah, they are putting one in that 2-story coyote. He should have some good vision over towards Scooby if he decides to peek out and look over into that middle bazaar.
It's going to be a hollow site though. It's going to be pretty hard to see him from this kind of distance, especially if Scooby stays low by the sign.
I guess they do have Operator holding a pretty unique angle that I haven't seen much of, and he does have some sight into their east side, also while maintaining a position on top of objective. So I do like this spot, but it's a very tight angle, and he's gonna have to be paying attention diligently to it.
Yeah, there's no way he can shoot someone there.
No, he just
And
missed one.
He could have caught Icy Woods crossing, but he's not going to know there's someone south now. That's a very good recon angle for watching someone and getting the intel that they're on the south, but Shaku still has not rotated from the west. He's still sitting there. This could be a huge mistake for BossFight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. He is so far away. If they get punished and lose these 4, it's a cap.
Yeah, definitely. 2 minutes 30 left. The members by the North 2-story and the Center Bazaar on beginner side are rather low. You'd expect them to be pushed up a little bit more. Maybe just to the south side of the Center Market. They're holding. A little bit of shots fired as well.
I don't think Operator's spotted anyone east here yet either from his angle. Oh, and he's not going to spot anyone else. He gets punished. Killinger finally finds him. A good angle, but an exposed angle, ultimately.
I think they will have someone watching south.
Maybe we're going to see, yeah, we are finally seeing Sharku rotate, but he's actually going to the west courtyard instead, and he might have a tango with Kensai, who's coming around there as well.
Yeah, man, this is super aggressive from Shark to be this deep into Bazaar. He might find Smoils on the backside if he's lucky, but he could get punished as well. I think they have one more. Actually, he's not going to get fought by Kensai. Smoils is at risk here.
Yeah, but he's behind the wood as well. They probably won't see him, but Sharku will definitely be heard by Smalls if he gets too close.
Oh my gosh, how does Smoils not hear this? Smoils has to turn and shoot. He does, finally finds him. Sharku getting over aggressive. Smoils now has it. More shots coming in towards Smoils. He gets almost taken out, but not through the wood. He's still alive. There, finally goes down. Now the East approach coming in. It's a 3v4. The smokes are out. It is a
trade with Scorpio. The objective is open. It's just one member in blue room and one by the 2-story.
Yeah, they have completely smoked this out. Killinger finds one. It's all up to Legal, who's on objective. If they push up, they have a perfect chance of capping Woods in this smoke right now.
Question is, are they going to go for it? Are they just going to try and clean this up with a kill? Woods is going for the objective, but down Legil goes, trading with Killinger.
And that East push absolutely dominated this defense. Beginners grab themselves a nice Marshak win and go up 2-1. I mean, yeah, the rotation was too late, and I mean, they had to shift their defensive strategy east way earlier, I think, before they had gotten up to that south side of their objective.
I'd say the latest you could comfortably do it would probably be 3 minutes for rotating from the west to the east, because you can do it early easily. You can tell that it's not a west spawn within the first 30 seconds, 40 seconds. As long as you can identify that they're not just sitting back and waiting, trying to fake out what spawn it is, you're good to go, really.
Gonna get mirrored objectives, so curious to see how BossFight opt to attack. It also is very determined on that spawn, like talking about earlier. See if they get west or east.
If it is west, I would like to see a very hard push straight along to the 2-story. It's mostly US teams that do it, but it is highly effective as long as they don't catch you coming across in the smoke.
Yeah, let's kind of talk about that. I think what we typically see on this lane in particular is a lot of smokes that go out. They try and smoke the entire lane. You know what I mean? That's going to cost you 2 to 3 smokes, and they have to be well placed. They have to be perfectly spread for you to smoke this lane out. I think a new strategy that you're starting to see develop is actually smoking points of interest or where people are defending from. So you'll see smokes come out onto these windows here and over directly onto these into this little section here, and that way you actually deny all the vision and don't have to utilize so many grenades.
Yeah, absolutely. That is probably textbook how you should smoke along that street and just move across towards the objective. But it's going to be a quick spawn like we predicted, and for some reason Killinger and also Smalls are holding smokes unpinned.
Just be careful, they...
Yeah,
Curious to see what they're going to be planning for these.
it's going to be an even slower round than last time. They're going to wrap all the way around from their west spawn east. They'll probably send 2 into that bazaar. It's very similar to how beginners did it.
Looks like they're going to be sending Smalls and Killinger both on the objective. Looks like Smalls maybe couldn't make it towards his kind of barrier in the middle of the street, or maybe the cement bags.
Man, for Scooby to be standing here in the middle of bazaar like this, I think it either is very ballsy or just shows map knowledge. He knows that nobody can see him here from any angle.
It is a very good angle. You might just be able to see Woods if his feet poke out towards the left of the sign, but you'd have to crouch down quite awkwardly to an awkward height to actually catch him.
Well, that's fun to see. That's a nicely placed smoke that allowed Scooby to get into that position there. And now he's pushed up a little further. So it is a bit of a different approach. They're only sending 2 to the east. They're going to try and come up straight at objective. put the right...
Once their southern forces in position, I think we'll be seeing an insane amount of smoke and fire coming out from the center, guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you put the right smokes onto that ice cream truck, you're in very good position to approach objective and sort of be right on top of their defense.
Shaku are already tangoing on the south, though. Shaku might just see the tip of Woods' head, but it's going to be such a tight angle, I'm not sure if he actually can see it.
I think this is a new spot, courtesy of like 1-2, though. Not terribly new, but that little ramp there you can get up on top of and sort of be ultra exposed, but have that sight over the hill, over the walls. Woods.
That was in there ever since Bazaar came in, though not many people use it since it's so exposed.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I very rarely see people there. I think Shaku now has information. He knows Woods is in the corner. Woods equally hears those footsteps. I wonder if Shaku's going to try and quick peek this corner. Maybe Woods will pre-fire. We'll see what happens. Oh, another
I'm expecting to
nade.
see a little bit of a rush from Shaku, and there it goes, taking down Woods.
That's the right play.
Flash was way too...
Yeah, it was too late, and he heard that pin get pulled. As soon as he heard the pin, he pushed.
Close quarters nades are pretty much never a good idea, and they know their south side is clear now. So the nades are going to be probably coming in along with smokes on towards the objective now.
Wow.
There goes Killinger Legio. Very nice shots from the scaffolding building.
Just getting a little over-aggressive on your rotations there. Gets you caught out. Now BossFight have a 5-3 advantage, and they are in very good position to push up on objective.
And then maybe sending a guy along the kind of blue room walkway as well, or possibly into the courtyard. No, it looks like it is going to be the blue room walkway instead. It's going to be a very targeted defense coming from blue room, south, and north all at the same time. Woods possibly the only wild card for BossFight to deal with here, unless he drops down, which he just did, moved on towards the objective.
Shaku now utilizing that ramp position to try and get up. And actually, I like how he's using it to crouch behind it and peek through the crack, really minimize his exposure.
Smart. I've not seen anyone do that in League before, at least not in my memory.
It's a good angle, right onto objective. I think Shark should be their Overwatch. He holds there. He's in perfect position to suppress, rain down some fire, and distract while the rest of his squad pushes up from the middle.
I have a feeling by the time Allegio gets into the blue room, that's when everyone's going to be pushing in. I get taken down by Smalls if Smalls peaks at the right time.
The smokes are coming out, but one lands up in a palm tree, not exactly where they want it. And the smokes come out. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smoke grenades coming out right at the same time on top of objective.
Yeah, and this is probably going to where the suppressor fire from Shaku is going to be coming from as well. He can probably take down Kensai with pre-fire. There goes Smiles. Legio taking him down. There goes Shaku. Kensai also taking him down.
Scooby is right on top of Kensai. He actually has the smoke denying vision. Now he's going to push inside objective. Scooby is in objective, pad out. He's punching in code. This could be 2 points here.
I can't believe this Woods isn't going to get on the objective in time. This is going to be a cap, and it's going to be a 3-2. A really nice cap from Scoob.
That was a fantastic play from BossFight. They perfectly executed that. The smokes were timed perfectly. They had that down to the second and minute practiced. And that got them the cap right there. They smoked right onto that ice cream truck. You push up through ice cream truck. They denied Kensai vision. And just a really nice play overall. Grabs him too.
Yeah, I like how they all moved in kind of like a silent Persian, like to call it, a danglers unit. Just all 3 people bunched up real tight, making sure they can get any refrags and just overwhelm their enemy with their superior numbers.
I mean, dude, it kind of plays in. Maybe they're just sort of they're just kind of they're fooling around. You know, they're just patting at these teams, seeing what they're up to, and then maybe they'll break out a play or two to stay in the match. Because that looked,
I can feel that.
That looked a lot better, coordination-wise, than any other boss fight attempt that we've seen.
Yeah, definitely. Because it feels like they turned the switch on in their minds, and it just was like that. They were ready to go. They knew what they had to do and how to do it. So far, this is looking an incredibly tight map. I have a feeling beginners will take this Marsok round just out of spite for that cap.
I mean, we are going to get the same objective that we had at the start of the round, And I do believe that beginners took that Marsoc round. Or no, BossFight barely won it.
Yeah, it was tight one, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe it is going to be a boss fight win then.
It was tight. It was tight. So, I mean, you should have some general understanding of the defense here. Granted, I don't really know. I mean, the meta. 3 inside, 2 in the back. That's what everybody does. I haven't really seen anything else that's going to throw beginners off.
Yeah, well, this kind of objective, there's not really many places you can go short of just straight up rushing out of the objective area and just going to somewhere like 2-story, which is kind of a Scorpio thing to do, but with quick spawn, it will never happen.
I'm not laughing.
They're off to the races. Scooby-Doo actually playing very aggressive. He's going to toss a smoke up. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is.
I assume just try and catch anyone moving around the north, but they're already in 2-story. It's just going to waste a nade and a smoke.
I do like the nade. He tossed that one to kind of go over into that corner. It was just a little too late. If you throw that earlier, maybe you can catch the guys trying to push into Kayat, but you just don't have the timing for that.
Yeah. But we're probably going to be seeing the exact same offense from beginners here. 2 going around the kind of eastern side. Maybe just 1 watching the street. Looks like Smoils probably, he loves that center.
Man, Sharku has not learned. He doesn't know that his feet are exposed through that window. It's like whenever he peeks it, he just isn't aware that he's getting shot from the roof.
Yeah, and he looks like he's trying for it again.
There, he finally realizes it and finds Woods.
Rather the other way around,
Oh, yeah,
Sharku
sorry.
goes down.
I thought that was maybe a trade there, but yeah, Woods gets the headshot now. Sharku getting punished for that position. It's just not a good spot to be. There's way too many angles to get shot at.
Just play it nice and tight and safe if you're on the objective, because anything else, you risk jeopardizing the entire defense of your team, as someone's going to have to rotate in because it's such a vital position.
I think this is exactly how BossFight started out the last round. They were down 1 man early. That early pick really costs you, and it just instills the Marsoc team with so much confidence. Okay, we're up 4-5. We have all sorts of options available to us now. There's holes in their defense. We can do all sorts of unique plays.
Yeah. Look at this. We're seeing the identical defense for BossFight here. QB's in the same positions, Scorpio, Legio, and also Operator, all watching the same angles from the same places. This could be bad.
Well, we have the same approach coming out of beginners, though. Woods watching that crack, holding that angle. He'll be trying to push up into Operator's side. I mean, what are they going to do differently? You got to hit, maybe get your frags right, get those into the inside the room effectively.
Possibly, but Smiles is doing a little bit of a different thing here, moving through the center of the bazaar instead. I believe he came around the east side with Woods last time. Also, they're sending, instead of having 1 coming from the northwest, 2 coming from the northwest rather, it's just going to be 1 Woods, and the rest of the team's going to be coming through center and the east, it seems. They are changing the offense up a little bit.
Had the overlay up for that first pick. I do apologize, but not a lot's happened. It's still 4v5. 3 minutes left.
I will apologize in chat for you, NightFiree, don't worry.
It's only like 2 minutes. Lego finds Woods, evens it out 4-4. It's a good spot to be, man. You hold that angle. You're close to objective somewhat. Granted, he's really kind of over there. That's a pretty common window to be taken. Surprised he managed to find the pick there.
Just pre-firing.
So,
There are also lots of fire coming from Legio there, just trying to get some shots over towards the member in the north, confirm him. He's already long dead. Nothing but wasted bullets at this point.
He has that LMG though. He can afford it. He's just trying to pump some rounds through that wood and make sure nobody else is coming with him. Beginners
But
though.
surprisingly, Woods isn't going for the same nade tactic. He's got his gun out instead.
They're playing it real slow. I mean, they need that east side to push up already. They only got 2 minutes left.
Smoke from Killinger blocking the blue room. Maybe going to go a little bit far. Operator might still be able to see out over towards the east, but the second one looks like it might also do the job of blocking sight.
I don't think that's going to deny vision. If Operator pushes up, it won't. Killinger's going to come crashing around the corner, gets punished. Kensai follows up, finds Operator. Now they have the blue room. This is the one they've been pushing for and working for so hard last round.
Yeah, but they're in a pretty bad position considering they have no center attack here. It's all coming from the southeast. And the Ledger is still up, so he's going to put some fire. Getting killed by Smoles, though. But Smoles also refired by Scooby-Doo.
Scooby is in one of those positions we were talking about earlier that is not actually safe. He's only hidden. They can easily shoot through this wood and punish him. Woods finds Scorpio. He peeks up over. The trade comes out. Kensai just has to suppress through that wood, and he can pick up Scooby.
I thought this was penetrable. I thought this was impenetrable. Apparently not.
Is it?
This is penetrable, you say?
I thought it was.
Solid.
I thought it was penetrable.
Very interesting to hear if it is. I thought this was like stone.
I thought it was wood. I guess stone makes sense. It has moss on it.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's
Has a net, but it
changed.
doesn't matter. He doesn't need it.
Finds the head as soon as Scooby peeks up over the edge, and now beginners tie it up 3-3.
This is going to be very exciting to see. Is BossFight going to be pulling out one of their special OC5 tactics just so they can pull off this map and bring it to a final and third tiebreaker map?
I don't know, man. It's not. It's a hard call to make, right? Because you don't want to show off any of your unique smoke plays per se on this objective. This is a common objective. I feel like you're probably gonna get this one if you pick Bazaar. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe they're going to come up with another one. They still do have. Let's take a look at a calendar very quickly. About 2 weeks, maybe 2 weeks and 2 days until OC5. Actually, it's 2 days. 2 weeks. I'm sorry. 2 weeks until they actually have to go and play at OC5. So they do still have some time to formulate some new tactics if they do end up using some here.
Yeah, I mean, beginners are gonna need to do the same, right? Gosh, I'm starting to sweat up in here.
Same as well. It is hot and also exciting.
I just turned on my AC and it tells me the temperature in my room is 84 degrees. What a treat.
Let me just calculate that into a normal unit.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, go into your get your Celsius out, dude.
Oh, it's the same temperature as mine. We're linked. Just heat generated by Onward at this point. Now, this is going to be the tiebreaker round for Bazaar. This is either a win or lose it round for BossFight.
Round 5, if I'm not mistaken, right? Or round 6? No, we've
This
had
is 7.
no
this is
caps, right? Yeah, so we are into round 7.
Actually, there was a
There
cap
was.
from Scooby. This is round 6.
God damn it, Buxton.
I'm sorry.
We're out here lying to people.
I need to do some fact checking. I need to write it down on my notepad I've got next to me. So far we're seeing another 3-2 split from the looks of it. One going north, one coming through the center maybe, and the rest of the 3 going towards the eastern side. Puts in a pretty good position as long as he stays silent. He could catch anyone coming out from the southeast over towards the northeast.
And I mean,
they just decided to cross over.
let's compare the timing, right? We're at 5:20 and these guys are at the same position that beginners were at 2 minutes.
Yeah. Look at this though, much faster, except for the 2 people hanging back, but they're probably going to be blitzing up once the shots start flying from the other members of the team. But I'm curious to see if anyone has a drone. Let me just take a look at Scooby's loadout. No, he's running an automatic rifle and not a designated marksman.
What do you think,
Unfortunate.
looking at this defense, what do you think Wood's role is here? Just listening, right?
Probably. Maybe he's going to throw some nades over the wall once they start pushing, but he's probably going to be some kind of defender for the east that's not going to get picked. So unless he's loud intentionally, they're not going to hear him or know he's there at all.
There's like no, he's gonna have to full peek. So maybe he's just, he's really actually gonna let them get into the east side, let them come up and try and flank woods, and they'll just shoot him as they get exposed. I think that's probably his plan, but
Probably.
it's a good spot. Easily fragged though, if you want to pre-frag that. But who's pre-fragging that corner? Nobody.
Yeah, most people are going to be pre-fragging the pallets by the little hole in the wall that can watch over the tank and Humvee. Definitely not by the shed there. What I would like to see is more people taking the shed just towards the northern east side of Icy Woods. That shed in there is a pretty nice position. You can actually watch over that crossing where Sharko and Operator are right now, and it is penetrable in some areas.
I see your request for more KD scores. I literally never look at it because I've never cared about KD whenever I've played Onward. Especially in league matches, that's the one thing that has never mattered to me. But it's funny when people watch because they want to see who has most kills, who's doing the best. But like, it never matters. It doesn't matter because anybody can have 7 kills in an Onward league match. You know what I mean? Like any one player on a team can get an excessive number of kills. I just don't think that stat reflects really. And we're right on that nade. Icy Woods finds one. Sharky's not going to go for the res though.
Yeah, I thought he might, but he's leaving it. He's not crossing back to get him.
Another nades from
Maybe
Woods.
Scared of Smiles.
Ooh, a nice
flash.
Sharky's
And did get Sharku though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you wouldn't move on that, but what do you? I don't think Sharku has any idea where Woods is.
I don't think so either. Maybe he's gonna twig that he's in the building up front. Maybe. I don't think he'll expect him to be behind the shed. It is not really common position. Maybe when Bazaar first came out, but not anymore. People kind of just migrated away from it for some reason.
The res does go get off there, so Operator's picked up. And they're concerned for sure. They do not know what to do here. This the Woods nade's thrown off Operator. He's looking. He doesn't know what he's supposed to be expecting. I think maybe they are anticipating that dumpster would be probably the accurate. You would think, you know, think someone's a dumpster there.
Probably. The BossFight are beginning to run out of time. Sharku's going to peek this corner. And he is back to Woods, but they haven't heard each other yet.
I think Woods will probably wait, even until. I mean, Sharku's so confused. Uh-oh. Is Woods worried about him coming up behind? No, he's not. He's inside the crate now.
And he's leaping it. He's decided he's not there, but he's going to get shot in the back. There goes Sharku. Operator will know he's there now, though. And there he goes, getting the refrag.
Minute 16, they need to move. The pinch needs to happen. They need that other side to start to come in. That's what's happening. The smokes are coming out. A nice smoke down that stairway, alleyway, right onto objective. And nades coming in hot. I don't think Smoyle saw any of those nades going up over the wall either, so he's not really looking at this sector. Woods crossing the street gets punished.
There goes Legend as well, picked up by Killinger at the centre market. Kensai and Scorpio tangoing on the stairs yet again. Scoopy also taken down. There goes Kensai, taken down by Scorpio. 1v1 yet again.
No, Smoyles is crashing in. He realizes the potential danger where the smokes are. Scorpio's holding his time, though. 30 seconds left. Smoyles didn't come up the stairs. Scorpio peeks and finds Smoyles. An incredibly diligent play from Scorpio. Gets a boss fight the map.
Playing that angle yet again. He's not messing about. He stays up there stairs. He's very diligent with it.
Oh.
He knows it works, and he's not playing about because of the nerves or possibility of caps.
That's so hard to do, man. With 30 seconds left to sit there and say, I'm going to play the slow game. Oh, man.
He's very well disciplined, especially since he knows he can cap in a few seconds, maybe 3 seconds tops. Or 3 seconds minimum. 3 seconds maximum. One or the other. Oh damn, BossFight are going to stay in there, and it's going to go to a third map. I'm curious to see what it's going to be.
I am too. Who we have top fragging next?
What do you think?
Smoyles. Our band.
Downfall?
Yeah, we'll pop back into the war room quick here. Recap our picked bands. We got the band coming in from Tanker from BossFight and Cargo from Beginners. The picks have been Quarantine and
Bizarre.
Bizarre. Yes. So.
I think the only real choice
Yeah.
here is going to be Downfall, and yes, it is.
Yeah.
They're picking Downfall.
Suburbia, I guess.
Yeah, they could go Suburbia, actually. I'm not sure why they haven't gone for it then. But they're going to be picking Downfall instead.
Very interesting. Map number 3.
Actually, Beginner's pick as well. Beginner's pick Downfall. They're on Marsoc. Nice to see them not give up the map selection, instead shift over towards boss fight, and they'll probably pick Suburbia where side doesn't matter. Boss fight where either Suburbia's side doesn't matter, or Downfall where they are at the disadvantage.
I like that spot, that corner spot coming out from Beginners. It's they're definitely, I don't know. I think that's probably is that a throwaway spot, you know? Because you're giving away these positions. They've shown that position on Quarantine, where they're seeing through the crack in the wall. They're showing this position where they're just looking for frags on that corner. Like, they are giving away information here to win these rounds.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe the initial plan going in was to hide their tactics, but they're getting a bit too into it, and they're starting to play seriously. Oh, I'm curious to see if that might actually be the issue. They're certainly using spots that, once they're shown, because they're so relatively uncommon, that they're going to be known. Like a Mad Eye's spot from Season 4, where he took those crates on the east side by the Humvee, and just waited for people to cross past him and take them down. It's one of those where you keep that in mind and you keep checking it from past to present.
I mean, downfall to decide the series of all maps, you know?
Yeah, this is going to put beginners at quite a big disadvantage, but I think BossFight might be subbing out a member of their team. Like Operator has disconnected, and I have a feeling they might be dragging someone else in. Maybe Hoochie's coming back.
That wouldn't surprise me. Granted, you're... I mean...
Crystal Ball.
Yeah, you're trying to get everybody their work in. Smart move.
They definitely need to practice. The situation that BossFight is in right now, they need everyone to get practice, because they have such a huge roster. They alternate sometimes between like 12 different players. They swap them out, then they play them 2 weeks later when their timer is up. Weather Balloon is coming in. When did he join BossFight again? I thought he was off BossFight.
They're just pulling people out of the woodworks. They pull Radar out for a series. They're pulling out Weather Balloon.
Yeah, Weather Balloon is not on the BossFight roster, so they must be pulling in Weather Balloon as a reservist. That is an impressive move. Yeah, that would make perfect sense, as Weather Balloon hasn't played for BossFight this season, and he can continue to play for them after this for another match. They might be using that just to try and probe out the enemy teams, get as much info as they can, and also practice up every single one of their members, regardless of if they're actively on the roster or not. They're taking a mighty long time to plan this match out.
Yeah.
Scorpio's still not readied up.
That, I don't know, I guess the substitute takes a little time to get him ready and prepped, but...
Probably. Hopefully not going to take too long though, as Not sure what the limit is on starting a map. I don't think it's 2 minutes, as there is no timer. It might be. I'm not certain. I don't know. I don't have a rulebook sitting next to me. Probably get one printed out actually. Dakin might be something you can sell to help fund the VR Master League website. The Onward League Rule Handbook. Definitely buy one of those.
You would buy a properly bound rulebook.
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome.
All right, so how about this? We make those like like a pocket handbook, right? And we put them, and they come with each Onward official fanny pack inside the fanny pack.
That is fantastic. Dakin, get on it.
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not the marketing team, but if you want to start paying me like one, I get it. I appreciate it.
And here we go, going to the round now, starting off with that crater objective. Kind of a rough one to start off with for BossFight.
Yeah, it is a hard one to spend, especially if you have a early spawn, which they don't have, but that's what that smoke's for. Toss that smoke early, it lets you cross down into that crater safely. They do need 2, though, because last time they tried this, they got picked.
I'm going to quickly slap some cameras across the map very quickly.
Sharku's made his way into his crater's position. Scorpio is pushed up safely. Everyone has established their spots, and they're going to hold now. Not really forming a particular kill box here, but more opting for just defending your lanes. They're watching that. They're making sure no one's coming in from the north and is going to cap, and also that nobody wraps around the backside and caps from inside the objective underneath the objective building.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm hearing some news from Legio being close to him. Apparently his smoke was a decoy, so maybe they think they are at a different location, but I don't think they actually saw the smoke, so it's not going to be effective at all.
Why would you throw another smoke on this? I don't know what, and man.
Double fake out?
I know, but this is completely, you're actually hurting yourself here. You're denying vision of this lane. Like, Lego now has no sight on that crossing, and anybody could cross if they wanted to. I guess it's a slightly exposed smoke. Is it a bait, dude? Maybe you feel confident crossing because there's a smoke there, but they're really watching the gap instead, waiting for you to get exposed. I don't know, man.
They're playing four-dimensional chess
Yeah,
if that's actually the case.
Yeah, you really... I mean, it's not a bad idea, I guess, if that's what they're doing, but I don't think that's what they're doing.
Yeah. They're going to be sending a guy North Hotel as well. A little bit of shots coming out from Killinger over towards the two-story by weather balloon.
Well,
not actually going to catch anything, though.
These are such common positions, too. Like, oh, actually, weather does go down now. He gets too aggressive on that peak.
Fantastic headshot as well. One tap straight into the head.
But I was going to say, the positions that Shark and Scorpio in are so common. You're for sure checking both of these spots if you're pushing up.
They might forget that Scorpio is there because in EU League it's not too common of a position. As long as you stay silent, you could catch someone crossing over towards the objective from Scorpio's location.
Scooby's using that glass to peek through. You can't shoot through it though, so he's going to have to expose himself a little bit if he wants to shoot. Man, what's penetrable and what's not just varies so drastically depending on what map you're on.
Let me tell you the story of Onward penetrable gambling. Back in the age of 2016, Dante took his godly dice and he rolled it on every object he put into the game world, and it was either penetrable, impenetrable, partially penetrable, and insta-gibbs you, the shooter. Just for fun.
I feel like you're lying to me, but I also feel like that's kind of true. And it's just like, man, because it feels like that. Like, the ambulance, fully penetrable on quarantine, but this ice cream truck, solid as a tank, all the way through its glass.
Yeah.
So it's like, where are the priorities? Shouldn't an ambulance be bulletproof and an ice cream truck should be penetrable? I don't know.
Maybe it's. Oh, I don't think I can say that. I was going to make a joke, but might not be appropriate. There goes Sharky, taken out by Woods at North Hotel.
Where did he get shot
My
from?
shots are doing crater.
Oh,
That was
Shark.
from the just outside North.
Shark got over aggressive. He abandoned his hold spot on that bottom floor and rotated up to the second story and got punished for it.
Yeah, we've seen Sharku doing that quite a bit, just kind of giving up his nice, solid position and instead going fishing for a kill.
That opens up this I mean, it really does open up this north push.
This south push is going
I
really well
know.
as well. They're already at the center of tower and it's perfectly clear.
I'm gonna turn around and peek backwards.
Scooby has no line of sight, and he actually just said, I don't think they're coming this way. That could be bad. He's going to abandon his sights. He's going to be looking more towards that north crater. He might actually spot one if he is looking there. No, I think that
Possibly
crater...
Scorpio. Woods might not realize he's there.
Man, Woods could go straight to objective and cap. I guess Scorpio is looking there.
If I see Woods kill Scorpio, this is very much cap territory for the other Woods. And a team kill comes out from Smoils. Kensai nades him. Oh, that is unfortunate.
Legel finds Killinger. I'm sticking on to Scorpio. He gets picked up by Woods. Now the north side is done and finished. They have no one defending.
This is easy cap territory. Woods brothers just need to rush towards the objective and go
Oh,
for
no,
it. There goes Scooby-Doo.
Legel and Scooby realizing this, they try to rotate around and get caught out in the open from middle hotel. Beginners take themselves their first round on Marsoc on downfall. Nonetheless, that's a very good start.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked how Kensai kind of just choked them off by watching that angle crossing towards the objective. The others just wiped out the objective defense, and the rotated people, they just got obliterated coming across that firing line of Kensai's. "60 seconds left there. That was textbook for beginners, really.
Yeah.
They had a decent amount of time left, or reconsidering their push, considering they were already quite close towards the quite close to the objective, considering the northern and southern pushes. Even if the northern push kind of collapsed, that's still a very good position for them to be in.
Man, this has been a fantastic series so far.
Absolutely.
I mean, we'll see how BossFight answer back, especially if they get that fast northeast spawn. They could really get aggressive on this objective. You can find some early picks depending on what kind of defense beginners try to throw out there. And anything's up in the air, especially with this objective in particular. It's just such a... I feel like it's one of maybe 2 or 3 objectives that are real wild cards on downfall.
Yeah. Especially with a, let's say a quick spawn with a west dumpster objective, that can be quite the wild card. It can either go really well or really badly for both sides.
No.
Hopping into this round now. Curious to see if I'm curious to see if it will be the same spawn by the east side by Marsoc, and it is actually the same spawn.
And they're going to do the same strategy, throwing out those smokes. That one's not going to do it. That one...
Also not going to do it. It rolls down.
I mean, they don't need them. But, yeah, that's not what you're looking for. I guess that one by the... No, that's denying the
It
vision.
might help.
Not really, though, dude. You could easily just shoot from that hill, and you're like a clean line of sight over the smokes. Yeah, no
The Arsenic maneuver from the hill, that is nightmare-inducing.
point there. Zip on over to the other side of the map here. Oh, I have the overlay over. Good thing.
Ooh,
I'm a real professional.
I have to start reminding you again.
No. That was only 30. That was only like 20 seconds into the round. Okay, that was perfectly normal. They just didn't see the bad smoke, so it's fine. Saving face. For
This is
beginners.
quite interesting to see. There are no northern or eastern pushes here. All of them are coming from the south. Every single one of them with a main force of 3, and the other 2 kind of split off, giving Overwatch.
Who is supposed to be watching this crossing? Is it Smoils? It is.
One is trying to cross the garbage.
He does see
Probably
one.
prone.
Catches the cross. Nice shots
He's
there.
down but not dead.
Good headshot. No chance of a res. He's getting suppressed though.
Yeah, a little bit of a
One is
sneaky
down,
shot
but
coming
not
out from
dead.
Weather Balloon
Only,
over towards
between
that
garbage and
Smoils
garbage.
position. It'll be a very hard shot to actually kill him, but he can certainly suppress him to Kingdom Come.
It's gonna be so dangerous to be peeking now when he does.
They think I'm in the thing.
Yeah. I think you're
They actually don't know Smoils
They're
is the
behind
bottom
wide
floor. They
open
think
hole.
he's in second story. A lot of the suppression coming up there instead. Smoils could peek
Good
and get another
point.
catch.
Smalls is feigning his head with his tablet. Look at that. He's trying and it's not working out. No one's taking the bait.
Don't let them exchange my kill for yours.
Next levels. That's very high level play right there. Stuff you only see coming into a league match, or you're not gonna do that in a pub
Yeah.
lobby, you know.
What is Killinger doing? Kind of just prone in the crater building. Contortionist moves. What is he doing? Sitting sideways on the floor, watching over towards the northern flank.
Well, he's very.
Not much else he's doing.
He's
there.
crossing because he's worried about the North Hotel shots. That's where, if you remember earlier, the other last round, someone was picked in this second story. So I think that's what he's cautious of there.
Sense. Even though I didn't realise that everyone is coming from the southern side,
Yeah.
because they have free reign up towards the Central Hotel yet again. As long as they take down Woods 43, Smalls and Kensai, as long as they take down half of beginners, they're in a good way.
You don't say. They have the right suppressive shots, though, going right now. Scooby is suppressing the right windows. They effectively have the ability to push up to middle hotel free and easy. And those are good smokes,
Yeah.
too.
And they're stealing the smokes off of the dead Scorpio's body as well, so they're ready to go straight in, it seems.
There goes Lego. He's going to charge through the smokes. The suppressive shots from Smoils do land and find him. I'm not sure how he got that. There's no line of sight there through the smokes.
He must have just tagged Lego's head, or just his arms he came around, because that is incredibly tight.
Those were guess shots. I think Smoils just shot some rounds through the smoke. Got lucky.
Probably. And he will never realise until he watches the match back.
Yep.
But Smalls is still watching out of these windows. If they try and cross over towards the West Street, they're going to be railed by him.
They're in very good shape, though. If they're going to make... Yeah, I mean, they have 3 into this middle hotel.
Lots of time left from minute 50.
Kind of need Weather Balloon to join the cause. What's that nade rolling behind them there?
That's just a little bit of a smoke. Looks like he threw it without actually unpinning it. So it's just kind of rolling there.
Oh.
It's gone. Scooby-Doo clearing that central hotel, making sure there's nobody there, but all empty.
Better safe than
They've wasted
sorry.
30 seconds. Yeah. Once they realize it's clear, I expect to see a pretty hard push.
They have no more smokes. They need Lego to come up, suppressing Smoils and that the other member in second story, and then they can try and push up towards Woods. It's going to be a coordinated effort, though. Lego does have the LMG too, so they're in they're set up properly.
Guys, 1 minute.
They do have a few smokes, but they need to start pushing now. 55 seconds, 5v5. This is definitely a beginner's match.
The smokes are coming out. I'm surprised they still have this many left. Those are good smokes.
Woods is going to be a threat for them, that's for certain, though. Sitting inside that west bungalow.
Those are very good smokes. Weather Balloon is pushed up nicely. Lego also crashing up with his suppressive fire. You're going to have to watch out for Woods behind the wall. I'm surprised Woods hasn't rotated around or tried anything yet. Actually misses Lego. Weather Gamer is going to try and come out from the backside. Finds Woods. Sharku also getting himself a pick. This is bad news. BossFight are crashing in.
Looks like the Shark is going
Oh,
for his
no!
death. By Weather Balloon.
15 seconds left. Scooby
15 seconds.
has to find Smoils here. No, Smoils gets him. Weather goes down, and beginners hang on the skin of their teeth to that objective.
Such an unfortunate team kill from Smalls on from Sharku. Onto Sharku rather. I'm not sure who it's
It was
from.
Weather.
Scooby-Doo, I
think
believe.
Weather Balloon.
Ah, Weather.
Yeah, he was on that back
It's so
side.
unfortunate. He had potential to take down Smoils and clear the building and cap it. No, instead just team kill, and the team gets cleaned up from the ensuing aftermath.
Man, they had that. A nice attempt from BossFight. Doesn't quite secure it. I think they can go into this Volk round feeling pretty good right now. They're not really getting stomped by beginners on this map, and they can easily sort of start to run this back if they want.
And just warning chat about the overlay.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it was only 30 seconds. He's fine.
Everyone's so, I mean, you miss a couple of bad smokes, and people get mad at you.
They really want to see those bad smokes.
Yes.
It's good information.
Very true.
But we're going to be seeing a quick spawn here with the Valley objective this time, though. I say Valley objective, it's East Dumpster.
Yeah, and actually, I don't know if they were ready for it. I think they were probably all still standing up, pretty exposed. But it's not that quick spawn, though.
No, it's not the quick spawn. It's the quick East Dumpster spawn.
So they gotta be careful.
They should have seen weather balloon around the
The
twins.
shots coming out from the north.
Very close.
Yeah. I think everyone's aware of where everyone is right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
There's not too many positions that people take. Look at that smoke.
Oh,
Not sure what the point was.
I don't know either. Killinger gets punished by Leggle. Where did he shoot him from? Second story. Woods finds Leggle. Woods gets shot by Scooby. People are dropping down left and right.
Impressive.
Alright, one enemy in garbage building, one enemy at East Dumpster, I'll take, and maybe one more.
I'm trying to find where Leisure actually. Oh yeah, Leisure was just in the 2-story and shot Killinger from there. I couldn't see his body for a moment. I was mighty confused as to where he actually got shot from. The Guinness have already lost 2. This is. I don't think they'll be able to actually take this back unless they send their guys around east and come from the south pretty quickly. So they need to deal with weather balloon.
Kensai finds Scooby, a very nice refrag into that 2-story.
He's resable though, so I don't think they'll actually send a guy over to get it because that is so risky considering they know Kensai's going to be watching that cross.
And Kensai's a little indecisive on what he wants to do here. Go 2-story or stay bottom story. He's going to scavenge his teammate.
Kensai actually could cross over towards the west dumpster, but it looks like maybe Scorpio will go for that revive, and he's crossing, and he is going for it. Very good position for BossFight to be in now.
Sharku trying to hit Kensai, can't quite get him. That res comes through, and now Kensai's in trouble.
They have just some petty suppression from Icy Woods all the way to the west bungalow, just coming over towards the North Twins, not really doing anything. It would be better to have the firepower on the front lines where it can maybe try and snap Scooby, Scorp, or Sharku.
Yeah, you're right. He could easily peek up over the wall there and suppress the other two, that window there. .5 minutes left, and Smoils gonna take his time to wrap around.
Woods is finally coming in now. He's given up on that petty suppression, and he's going to link up with Kensai. I think Kensai is throwing a nade over towards objective. I heard one on pin, but it's actually a smoke.
Yeah, he's gonna try and smoke out that objective building there. I think those are good. No, they're not. It'll allow them to move, but it's not going to deny the vision that they're trying to deny.
Well, the blue might be able to get anyone crossing, but Smalls is coming up from his flank. Weatherblue has to be careful of this.
I think
he did hit Smoils.
Scooby finds Woods in the smoke. Oh, Smoils had to have seen Weather there cross that. Comes storming up, gets Weather in the back. A nice pick from Smoils. Now it's a 2v3.
Kensai has made it past Scooby, Scorp, and Sharku. The triple S combo failing to catch him move. He might be able to take down Scorpio as he comes out, possibly Sharku if he keeps peeking that corner, being so
A
risky.
nade comes out. Well tossed. Finds Scooby. He's
Perfect.
down. Man, that was great.
Scorpio probably realizes he's there now, at least I hope he does. And this is possible cap territory for beginners here, but it'd be very unlikely.
Kensai needs Smoils here.
Yeah, he needs him to come in from the south, deal with Sharku. Then he can deal with Scorpio in there in a very good way.
Wonder what Kensai's gonna do. He can kind of opt to crash into that doorway, go fast like he has,
You think this is one in white building smiles?
kind of like Smoils did up top. Just storm around the corner, look for that pick. Peeker's advantage, so to speak. But
Any smokes?
Minute 30 left, they have plenty of time for being this close towards the objective. As long as Smalls starts acting a little
my
bit more,
smoke
which
shot
considering
off
those
photos.
smokes, he definitely is.
not really good.
I expect him to see him come down. Actually, from Sharku's perspective, they're actually pretty good. It blocks quite a
Oh.
bit of vision for him.
Minute 13.
Kansai's got to do something eventually along with Smiles. He's still sitting in that two-story.
I think he's susceptible to Scorpio if he comes down that hill, but he has the smoke to cover him, and that'll allow him to cross to get over to that building, the line of sight Scorpio. He does that.
45 seconds and they are starting to come in.
It's well timed.
Here comes Smiles and Scorp. Kensai and Smiles rather. As long as Sharku and Scorpio are dealt with, this is a very, very good lead on the downfall. There goes Kensai. Picking off by Scorp.
28 seconds left to stall up to Smoils. He should know where Scorpio is in that two-story. He doesn't have his gun up, though. He finds one. Scorpio picks up Smoils. BossFight grabbed themselves the first point on this last map.
Seems like I jinx everything I say. As I said, beginners might take out. It's going to be a very good 3-0 lead on downfall, but no. BossFight pick up the round. I should just stay silent. The teams all hate me because I keep jinxing them.
I guess Weather Balloon is a reservist.
Yeah, Wonderland is a reservist. That's how he managed to play for BossFight, even though he's no longer on the roster since he can't make it to OC5.
I mean, honestly, it's kind of a good way. I don't know how I feel about that, because he's still technically on their team, but he's playing as a reservist, so he's playing on other teams.
He can only play for the same team twice, though. No more. It's a difficult situation.
Yeah.
Should hopefully be hopping into the round in less than 40 seconds. Assume they don't take up the entirety of the 2-minute timer.
I think BossFight will. They definitely want to win this series, and this is the deciding map. If you are just stopping in, beginners have taken Quarantine 4-1. BossFight scraping by with a very close Bazaar win 4-3. We are now on to Downfall. Beginners up 2-1, and they're going to be going into Volk to try and take that 3-1 advantage.
If this goes to a 3-3 like Bazaar, I don't think I'll live to actually see the final round. It's going to be too much excitement.
I need you, dude. We have more we have another series today. Can't have you dying on me. Speaking of, what series is that coming up later today?
I will take a very quick look. It is going to be... With the webpage to load. Anglers versus Animal House.
That is going to be a fire match right there.
Yeah, that'll be a very good one.
Look at these smokes coming out. Man, I don't know. I'm questioning some of the beginners' offensive smokes, but I guess better safe than sorry, right?
I guess so, but BossFight, they've all stacked up in here. The Central Hotel is packed. There are no more vacancies.
Yeah, they have. They've sold it out.
Yeah. I'm interested in the defensive beginners here. They've sent 3 people on the south. One on the White Building Hill, one inside White Building, and one also at the Twins.
If you think about it, that's the line of sight you need to cover the most. Is if you can sit back and just watch the wall of objective, you have the best line of sight. So actually, I don't know why people don't put a defensive member into that White House more often with this objective. It's actually pretty rare, I think. Scoop.
Yeah.
First floor north guard spotted.
It looks like they're just trying to spot people, as I did hear Scooby talk about someone spotted in possibly the basement of that. I imagine he was calling out Killinger.
South.
And also I see Woods say he's definitely been seen. Woods is in a bad way if he keeps peeking that.
Man, this angle Scooby is holding is so incredibly tight. He's not even trying to shoot. He doesn't even have his gun up.
Helicopter window, first floor, south guard.
Yeah, you can just, if you go into the first person, you just hear him spewing out information on where they are. Continually.
Are these wood panels new here?
They've always been there.
No.
They have. They're penetrable. And here comes shots from Scooby, headshotting Woods. Now that's impressive.
You want to talk penetrable? Shot right through it.
I can't confirm if I hit him or not, but he was just standing there, man.
Scooby's got to be proud of that shot in the after fact.
Yeah. He is unsure of
Here
it.
come the smokes.
I think there's one in this. Be careful.
I think
I count 4 smokes coming in.
Nope, here comes another one.
5,
6, 7,
6, 7,
8.
8.
They-
That's every smoke that can
No,
possibly
9, 10.
10. Every smoke and plus a
Here
nade
they
as well.
go.
Oh my god, look at this death ball. You cannot compete with this. Here they come. Gobley's gonna rush in, possibly take down Kensai. There goes Kensai, also 2 taken down.
Sharku's
I can't keep up.
Sharku's slowly pushing up to cap objective. All shots have gone out. They have 2 members back on that south side left, and Sharku is in the smoke trying to cap. He's pushed up a little bit. No one can see him here. That's going to be 2 for BossFight, and they take the lead 3-2.
Utterly unbelievable. I can't that push actually worked. I just heard Woods shout something, but it did not sound happy. Wow, what a death ball. That was 10 smokes and nades, and just a coordinated push straight towards it, breaking through their defense. The southern push really didn't work out in this case. Southern defense, rather.
Dude, I've never seen... I mean, okay, so that is a new strategy only possible with the 1.3.0 update. Because you could not 10 smoke at any point in this game ever until now. Your game would lag into abyss. So nobody tried it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Nobody tried to drop more than 2 smoke. Like 3 smokes in one spot, you're like, all right, here we go. Lag city time. Like, goodbye frames. Here comes 45 FPS, you know?
Yeah, I do love this new smoke out. Now very reminiscent of the old smoke, the old Sprite smoke. Much thicker it seems. You can't really see through
It's
it.
thicker, it's optimized, and it lets you do stuff like that where you can complete... I mean, they completely clouded the vision. There was no... That entire section was smoked.
Yeah. I really
there's
hope
another
we see
play.
more offense
There's
like that.
another play. That's 2 plays BossFight have shown so far, I think. I hate to point it out, but I'm casting, okay, and I'm just saying what I'm seeing, okay? I can't help it.
Maybe
That
they're trying to practice
OC5.
it.
That's true. It could have been better. It had its gaps. Ultimately, they didn't even have a smoke far up enough to really lend them to cap. They should have been shot at that wall right there, but...
Yeah. I think if a few teams are going to be taking that push into their textbooks, because that was so overwhelming for the defense.
Round 5?
This is round 5, yes.
I'm keeping track. You can see Shark on the wood there. Actually, I didn't even know you could go up on that plank. But he was checking for anybody prone, checking for any spawns, that quick spawn. once you've confirmed that nobody's there, you sort of have the option that Scooby's going for now, where you can push up to middle hotel and secure that.
Hold up, NightFiree. Did you just say you didn't know you could go on top of the on the plank?
Yeah, man.
By the spawn.
I've never done it.
Not know that. Everyone does that. Are you sure you play Onward?
I've never done it. I don't know. I rely on my team. Okay. Is anybody over there? No. Okay. Okay. I'll go this way. I don't do any of the work. Okay. I just get fed information and then I try and react off of it.
I'm liking this. I have a feeling that it's all going to be coming from the south this time. I feel this is what beginners are going to try, because I've seen BossFight do it against Silent Purge. I believe it was in Season 4 at the end, or possibly early Season 5. They all pushed in from the south, came in from the valley, and just vanquished us. Came in from the basement and capped it. It was utterly overwhelming. I would like to see beginners also try and pull that off.
I mean, this is beginners on their heels here. This is a must-win point. They have to take this Marsoc point or they're going to lose the series.
Yeah. A cap as well would also be very good to get, but
I mean,
is it worth risking losing the match for it? That's a question beginners need to ask themselves.
What I like to see, though, is that 4 5-man squads moving together does seem to be working pretty well.
Yeah. And they're all staying within like eye shot of each other, so refrags are probably going to be the biggest advantage of moving like a pack like this.
You know what, dude? I just don't think I pay attention to the the finer detail. There's wood on windows. There's planks I don't know about. I mean, what
You're starting to notice it all now.
What the heck's going on, man?
Next thing you know, you'll realize that there's holes in every single building on Downfall that you can put nades into.
They call it windows?
No, the holes in the roof.
Oh.
Goes into the small rooms with a ladder.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever threaded a nade one in the nade through there, and it actually worked, but it is possible. Useless, but possible.
Oh, in that, wait, what room?
Where the ladders go on cam 2.
You cannot put
Take a
one
look at
through
it.
the roof.
You definitely can. That is fully.
Okay, you can, but you
properly
can't.
done.
No one's throwing a nade. No one's feathering a nade
You
into
can,
the roof.
but it would
okay?
be useless. You can, but it would be definitely 100% useless.
Okay, I'm telling you though, I don't think anybody has the skill set to feather a nade up into that hole.
Maybe
okay?
a Stumpy did. Maybe a Stumpy can.
Is it
We'll get
possible?
Stoko Killers and Stumpy together and just
Have a
put
nade
up a
off.
bounty for it.
Look at this, a really high position from Woods. Finds Scorpio with a nice pick. This is sort of a position I've seen come into form within the last month, I'd say, month or two. I think some of the new teams have sort of evolved this position to actually be pretty good.
But Weather Balloon could potentially peek it because he has a little bit of a angle, though it is being heavily suppressed, so he's kind of just staring at the window, calling out information. And we do have Smalls also in the northwest, who might be a little bit of an issue for BossFight if he starts moving up towards the objective a little bit quicker instead of just suppressing it. But he could tag Sharku, actually. He has the perfect angle for it. I think everyone is towards south. Here come the shots. There goes Sharku, taken down by Smoils.
Killed the guy who was shooting at you. He was by the east.
Man,
west side
with
of,
2 down, BossFight are not looking good. This is exactly what beginners need.
Objective is totally undefended now. They can walk in through the south and cap it as long as Legio doesn't see them. Smoke out Legio and they can cap this.
We're on board Killinger and Kensai here. They're pretty close to Weather Balloon, and they're going to try and push up into this White House. If they can secure it, they're going to be in a very good position.
Do you have a smoke? Yeah.
Weather Balloon is holding that angle very diligently, not giving up any kind of slack to his arms. And here come the shots, wildly spraying outside of the building.
Killinger.
If he does that again, he's going to die.
Killinger needs to move off of that. That was a perfect distraction that Kensai just drew, and Killinger could have rolled into the back. Woods finds another from the roof, from that high position on the hill.
Smoils has to move. If he pushes up, this is easy. There goes Weather Balloon, killed by Killinger. Objectives open.
And Scooby is so far away. Actually, he's not too far away. He is.
He's most likely going to be picked by Woods or Killinger, though, if he tries to go in towards the first floor.
This is where you don't shoot.
second floor.
That's where you don't shoot him. You know what I mean? You know you're in an advantageous position, and maybe you try and go for the cap to grab yourself the map win. Granted, now they are going to go into a Volk defensive on downfall. Wow, that was...
Yeah, they could have pushed Smalls up and capped it, but...
Beginner...
3-3.
Yeah.
My God.
Beginners were having none of that. They really won that one pretty handedly.
I suddenly go silent, you know, I've keeled over and died.
The 10 smoke action was too much for you?
Yeah, that accelerated it by a round or two. But that Sharku cap seriously turned the tides. It was 2 down before that. 2-0 before, 2-1 rather.
I think it'd be kind of interesting
Beginners would look like they could do it.
to note that BossFight, if they can win this round, they will win the series, but also lose in total points.
Yeah. That would be interesting. I believe that's only happened once in the league so far. Stone Cold Killers match, I believe, where the one team had more points than the other that lost.
Well, we are down to the wire, folks. This is the final round, 100%. This is the series decider. This is your OC5 preview right here. So far, it's looking mighty fine. This is what we're going to kind of, an indicator of what we're going to see at Oculus Connect 5. I am very excited.
Yeah, especially with all these teams playing on a stage. My God, they're going to be very stressed and also very pumped up to play. And if, by the way, I'm calling it now, if it's a Northwest quick spawn, I'm done. I can't handle it.
Sorry.
Oh God, it's even worse. It's a Marsoc spawn.
Yeah, it's a quick spot. See how they play this. There's all sorts of different options you can do defensively if beginners want to. What you actually can do is send one storming up the hill and pre-frag onto this spawn point to try and grab yourself some early picks. I don't know if they're going to be that aggressive here. They're going to send one to White House at least.
Yeah. And it's like there's going to be 4 members of BossFight coming through that valley as well. If the white building peeks this, it could be bad for BossFight.
They're moving fast.
Yeah, they're not wasting time. Look at this. Scorpio is already going for the white building. Woods has got to hear him at some point.
I mean, he has to hear a bunch of them now. Where's the nade? Here it comes, out the side.
Here it comes. Oh, it's perfect, but no. Scorpio runs straight past it. Gets taken down by Smoils across the map, finished off.
Smoils might find some more.
Make it.
Keeps holding that angle. He's going to find a couple more coming up. They're not going to expect him on the backside. The push comes out. It finds one. The trade.
Why did you run out?
Gonna get that revive off though, saving Weatherbloom from his demise, and it's gonna be 1 minute in, 4v4.
I gotta remember to zoom. I've completely forgotten that it's a function in this fucking thing.
BossFight has left a member in the northern side. They could be waiting for him to come in for the cap. Possible. If he stays silent and lets the south do the distraction work, this will be really bad for BossFight. There goes Weatherbloom, killed.
Yeah, they need that smoke up a little bit further. They realize that, and they're going to try and deny Smoil's vision so they can get this White House. They want it so bad.
It will be an incredibly valuable position to take. Looks like a drop happened on the Scooby. Leaving just Leisure and Sharku. That's very unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Wow, Sharku finds
Short.
Woods.
He has given away his position now, but that is an incredibly valuable pick, taking Woods down on the objective. Now just Kensar and Smoils on it. Lunge could rotate though.
I don't know what Lego's plan is here.
Maybe to dump into white building and just scare them by standing there and waiting and letting Sharku do most of the work, because he definitely is in a position to do that.
Lego peeking here. He's looking for Smoils in that corner window. Smoils gets over aggressive, he's in trouble.
taking a look at the kind of defense of beginners here, if Shaku goes prone now and goes along the road, he could cap this without anyone seeing him.
I don't know what that smoke was.
That's an insane smoke, incredibly long range. That is inhumanly long range.
Had to have been underhanded.
Yeah, definitely.
You don't get that kind of distance overhand. Unless you're,
You need the inertia of throwing your controller at the wall.
unless you're Tom Brady. Oh no.
Shaku's checking the
That's
tablet.
the-
Is he? You didn't.
It's alright, I got it for the last bit of this turn round at least.
How you doing, Sharky?
All caps. Really adds to the atmosphere, but Shaku is proning up towards the objective now along the road, just as I predicted. Going for it.
Yeah, just kind of recap. A bunch of picks happened at White House, basically, is where everyone has died. Everybody that's dead is dead at White House.
Interestingly, Lonely Viper saying BF defenses are stale.
So someone in
I think he's overall salty about everything, because he's watching his team struggle.
Wow, Shaku's in such a good position to get this, but if he keeps crouching like this, Kento might see him. Shaku needs to stay low, and he does have his tablet in hand. He looks like he's going for this cap.
I don't think anybody's...
A 5-3.
I don't think anybody's looking here. Kensai could peek it. He's going to cap this.
Yeah, he's going to cap this. This is heart-wrenching to watch. It's so slow, and you can see it coming.
Kensai is looking there, though. He has to stay so low. He can't... Yeah, he has to go prone here.
He's making noise. He has to stay incredibly
the
low.
nade! Too far.
It's close, though. Will Kensai expect him to be this close? Looks like everyone is kind of getting spooked. And there goes Legio taking down my Killinger. Will they collapse in on Shaku now?
Oh, man.
He put his tablet away.
He grabbed his gun. He fired...
There
What?
goes Kensai.
That shot!
He can rush objective.
He threw the
Kens-
spoils.
Sh-
Comes around. Sharku, the train beginners.
Beginners to take it. They ruined that Shaku could have capped this, but no, he goes up and goes for the kill instead. Unbelievable.
Beginners scraping away with a W. BossFight almost managing to grab that one from their back pocket with a cap and another potential cap there, but man. Woo!
Oh,
That was a heck
my
of a
heart's pumping the
series.
same as... Yeah, my heart's pumping like it was when Cryocell walked past the capping Oliviov last night. Oh,
Oh, aye, aye, aye.
wow, what a series to watch.
Yeah, that was a fantastic set of games there. Beginners grabbing that final point, going up 4-3 on Downfall. They will take Quarantine and Downfall to be the victors of this series 2-1. Whew. I think that's going to be it
A hell of a preview.
for, yeah, yeah, that's your OC5 preview right there. Take notes, watch footage, listen. But, yeah, we are on our way to really developing some quality esport here with Onward. These teams are getting so incredibly skilled. It's really fun to watch these matches. Some really cool plays coming out today. OC5 is going to be filled with stuff that we saw today, and I'm really looking forward to it. This is a good indicator of what to expect.
Yeah. Oh, it seems that Scooby did disconnect just at the start there. Very unfortunate for BossFight.
Yeah, that was tough. They had trades at the White House, and then another go down from a disconnect, and then we were left with that 2v3 with one on the south and one on the north, and they were so close. Couldn't quite pull through. I think that'll be it for us today. If you want to go take a look at what is to come, take a little gander at our schedule here. Let me interact.
In 3.5 hours will be the next cast. That'll be Danglers versus Animal House. 3.5 hours. 1 a.m. BST.
Yeah, and I think that is the last game that's going to be cast of the week. Other than that, we do have Great Apes, Magnificent Bastards, Lords of War, Sinister Pride, and Fury, Ragnarok playing. They will not be here.
Yeah, that will be 8 p.m. EST for the Danglers versus Animal House match for you East Coast inclined people.
Yeah. So, appreciate you stopping in. Sorry for any tech difficulties on my end. Takes a little bit to get the rust off. I had a whole round yesterday, so we're making progress at least. I'm checking now at least. Anyway, thanks for stopping in, guys. We will see you shortly later tonight. Hope everyone has a good night. Buxton, thanks for joining me, man. Appreciate you.
It's been great casting, and goodbye, everyone.
Adios. We out.